What does he do for a full-time job?
Construction. He works for, I think, a home builder, but I'm not positive. Like overseeing the entire build.
He was very cautious about what he did. He cleaned up after himself, and he did a beautiful job.
Oh, it's
And
incredible.
$45 an hour, I paid his cash.
His tile work is better than I've seen. Well, Brian's was actually pretty good.
My daughter's bathroom looks awesome. It looks like totally remodeled for like under $2,000. And I mean, that's like everything I bought. Everything but a new tub.
Did he do the tile work around the tub?
Yep. And on the side of the tub where they had rubber coating, somebody had glued rubber coating on top of old rubber coating. He scraped all the glue off and then put the clean tile, and it's beautiful.
Nah, he's incredible. He definitely is. He's done tile for me. He's done decking for me. He's done ceiling fans for me. He's done cabinets for me, toilets for me, sinks for me. He redid our entire mud room. What else has he done? Oh, he installed our new ovens. He installed our new gas cooktop. The one thing he wouldn't do was cut the tile. I had to have Mitch Valeria come out and cut the tile. He would not
He'll
cut
tell you
tile.
if it's something he doesn't think he should do.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It doesn't get a grip.
Today is the day.
That little
yeah. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol,
He's really
prescription
good.
drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if
How I met him is his daughter's my daughter's best friend.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't.
They go,
Wait. You didn't get it through her.
No, I sent Bonnie.
Oh!
I sent Bonnie my original guy too, but he moved to
That's the
Wyoming.
guy I like.
Yeah, Brian. Well, both of them were the same thing. I could never put him on the referral. Well, first of all, he wouldn't know what to do on the referral list. He's got a full-time job, so he'd never go on there.
I don't know how busy you keep him. I guess he'll just tell me his case so I can leak him out.
I'll be done with him. I'll be done with him for at least a couple of months.
I'm not doing anymore, right?
What is the date? No, it's the 29th. Probably be our last one.
Is he going to come out this week then with the scaffolding?
He's doing mine Thursday, Friday should be done. Then I'm pretty much done with him until I have a big project for him. He's going to do our other bathroom, but it's going to be a couple months.
Yeah, you got to knock it off. I got to move.
What do you got to do?
I'm going to have him do some shelves in the garage, our old kitchen cabinets.
Martino, the Troubleshooter. Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. I am your consumer advocate, solving your problems. Or, I shouldn't say I'm solving your problems. I facilitate the solving of problems. Many times I can give you advice from my knowledge bank. I can help you directly. But we have so many experts, and we draw them from the referral list at referralist.com. And then through the years, because we are such a mighty powerhouse with a giant audience, we have developed what we call angels within companies. And these angels help us solve problems. Yes, this hour brought to you by Century RV. Oh my goodness, if you want an RV, look no further. You know the largest selection of used RVs anywhere? Well, in Colorado. And they have a location a lot of people might have seen north of Denver on the 119 turnoff to Longmont. Well, they just opened up one a few months ago in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to that Woodley's. So picture that. It's just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims. It's called Century RV, and it's all indoors. Yes, 30,000 square feet of climate-controlled comfort. So you can shop, and it's wonderful. Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6. 8 to 6, Monday through Saturday, CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. Okay, let's talk. What's on your mind? If you have something on your mind, if someone lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off, or you just want to get something off your chest, you can call us at 303-713-TALK. That's 303-713-8255. Yes, I like to say it's the longest running show of its, not of its kind, the longest running radio show period, on the air right now with the same host. So, thank you for being here. Let's talk to Jay. Jay, what's happening with you?
Hey, problems with the roof, I guess.
What do you mean? What's happening? Are you the guy who hired someone?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had a roof put on my house.
Yes.
The guy that I hired basically ran off with a $6,000 deposit.
Damn, you didn't go to referralist at referralist.com, and I'm not going to rub your nose in it, but you mean to tell me this guy took $6,000 and did nothing?
Well, he subcontracted the roof out. I did get a roof out of it.
Thank goodness that you got the roof. Now, hold on, I want to ask something. Where'd you find this clown?
He is someone I've known for 10 years.
What happened, do you think, if you've known him for that long? What happened? Did he get a divorce? What happened?
I...
Really?
I'm
what do you
not
think
really
happened?
sure.
Is he still around?
I think so.
What's his name? His name?
Gavin Batty.
Gavin Batty. Batty. And how did you know him? Like a friend? Like a close friend or just an associate? How did you know him?
I think I originally, I met him through some mutual friends through a church that I was attending.
Oh, God.
He was also a mortgage lender, and I was a, real estate agent.
What's the name of his? It's Roofing and Construction. That's the name of it? G2,
No,
is it?
He was working for a company, or told me he was working for a company called G2 Roofing. And
was he?
Well, according to them, not really.
Who did you write the check to?
I wrote it to him personally because right before the roof went on, he told me that G2 couldn't do the roof, and he asked if he could sub it out to Top.
So he just
Roofing.
took the money. He's a thief. He's a liar and a thief, and he should be arrested. I mean, this is fraud. He said, I'm not working there, make it out to me, and then he took off. That's conversion. I mean, this guy, did you call the authorities or call the DA?
Yeah.
Did they open a case?
The Fort Collins police have a case.
Now, this is $7,300. I see a check here. Whose check is this? Because this doesn't say Gavin Batty.
No, that went to Topco. That went to the subcontractor. My attorney advised me to write him the check, and there's a whole story behind it.
Hold on a second. Is this a personal residence?
Yeah.
Your attorney gave you bad advice. If he told you to pay, why did you pay the sub?
Well, I paid the sub. Attorney wrote a letter.
No, let's go back. Let's back up. How much was the entire contract from Batty? The entire contract. How much?
Well, technically there was no contract.
No contract at all. So you didn't have a written contract.
Not for the setup that was done.
What setup that was done? The roof.
You didn't. I had an initial contract that I had signed with G2 Roofing, but then, as he said, that G2 Roofing couldn't.
But you had this contract with G2, but you wrote it to him. Okay, so perhaps your attorney did give you good advice, because let me just cut to the quick. If you had your personal residence, number one, number two, a written contract, and number three, proof of payment to the general contractor, you are immune from liens, okay? In Colorado, it's immunity. You can get out of it. But because this is screwed up, it was made to G2, the contract. You made the check out to another guy. That's the problem. So how much did you pay? $6,000 to Gavin Batty?
Right.
Okay. And then what was the whole job supposed to cost?
$13,300.
Okay, so the balance you wrote to the sub.
Right.
Okay, I take that back. Your attorney told you everything correctly. Okay, so now what? Now what is going on? You paid the balance. Does this contractor want the original $6,200? I mean, right? There's a balance due because Batty took your $6,000. What is the balance due right now?
Well, I mean, I've paid $13,300 between the two of them.
Right, but what? But the first guy, he technically didn't get paid, did he?
The subcontractor?
Yeah, I mean, you paid him $7,300. Obviously, there's $6,000 missing. Who is asking for the $6,000? Let's get right to it. Who's asking for it?
The sub is.
Okay, well, and he's entitled to it. He did the work.
Okay.
But the problem is, if you had done this correctly, what would have happened, Mark? If he did it correctly, he would have been immune. Yeah. How many people? That's why written contracts are so important. Proof of payment and personal residence. So,
right.
you got to pay. You owe this guy, or he can put a lien on it. Now, you're not upset with this sub for wanting to get paid, right?
Yes and no.
Why would you be upset with him?
Because the $7,300 check that I wrote him had a restrictive endorsement on it for.
Well, it's not. Well, what did it say? Payment in full.
It was satisfaction in accord, and that came from the instruction of the attorney.
And your attorney told you that would be a binding contract?
Yeah.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then go to him and say, take care of this. You gave me the advice, take care of it.
Okay.
I mean, really, wouldn't you? Did you actually hire this attorney? Or is he a friend?
It was Legal Shield.
Okay. You know, there's nothing really wrong with Legal Shield as far as, you know, getting what you know, for the price and the advice. But that, I don't think it's a contract. Let's hold on. Suzanne, let's check with a legal mind. Now I'm thinking of a legal mind right now. Let's talk to, is whatchamacallit still there? John, no, I know John is still there. It's just somebody, a legal mind. Who would you go to, Mark? Just a legal mind to talk to. We could
Siglian.
Yeah, let's talk to Siglian. I like him. If he can say it in less than 1,000 sentences, that would be great. He's, as many attorneys, filled with words, like Bonnie Shields, attorney at law. She could have called her practice Legal Shields. Bonnie Shields.
Actually, I like that.
Except
shielding you.
Except I think they'd come after her right now. Legal Shield. Legal Shield is just where, you know, you prepay for you get certain services. Nothing really wrong with it because it doesn't have a long binding contract. You get out anytime you want. Let's just not go there. Okay, so Bonnie Shields, attorney at law. She took on a case for us for a guy who is trying to get custody of a child. Well, not custody. He has custody. He's married. We'll come back to this because here's why.
Wasn't the guy in jail?
No. The guy that came to us for help. What's his first name, Bonnie? Dan is looking for help because he wants to adopt the girl he raised along with his wife, the biological mom. But do you know who opposed it? The dad, who's in jail.
Yeah.
For what?
Prison.
Child pornography and more. So we're going to talk about that mess coming up. Holy crapoli, is it terrible? It is. I'll tell you how you're going to get maximum value for your home and save on energy bills right now. Do you know how? I'm going to give you 2 letters. Do you know what they are? K and H. That's right, K and H Home Solutions. For siding, windows, they do some doors, and they do some roofing and guttering. Listen, they do a little bit of everything. Call them if you have any question, but definitely replacement windows. Nothing improves a home like windows from K&H because you get beauty, durability, energy efficiency, not to mention savings. They can routinely beat window pricing by 25% or more. Here's the deal. They're in business more than 60 years. I knew the original owner, and I know Ted Rowland, who's been the owner since for many, many, many years, more than 25 years. The first window company on my referral list at referralist.com. If you need windows, doors, or siding, you can rely on K&H. 303-421-7100. Better yet, why don't you go right to the website, khwindows.com. khwindows.com. How easy could that be? You have my word. I've known these people. They are great people. khwindows.com.
Instead of
I replaced your sheet, and then I noticed you had your own notes. Do you want to put those notes on?
I need to do a where'd this? Okay, I just put these guys in. Instead of Bonnie, I need to do that carpet guys again. I have no idea how it's not on here.
Hold on, what carpet guy?
Carpet doctor.
Carpet doctor, same one we did Friday.
Mike Ross.
What do you mean instead of Bonnie? What is that?
No, not instead of Bonnie. Instead of Joan Sullivan.
I don't know why you don't update.
It's private info.
Why you're screening. This guy, just so you know, he got bad news on his health, needs to get his affairs in order. I don't know if he said, I said, well, let me give you David's house. I said that. He says, well, here's the thing, and I couldn't understand him. And he said everything he owns is worth it. is
No
worth,
Brent today, got you.
right. He says but here's the thing, Suzanne.
We need this on the Sleaze Brigade, this Gavin Batty. Listen, Mr. Deputy Dan, I give you one task and you slouch on it. I want you to be the
Sleaze Brigade guy.
Sleaze Brigade director. And you know what? If I gave it to, guess who? Deputy Clint, would he get it done? I think he would.
Tom, Mark, listen, this guy, everything he owns is either worth less than 10 grand or 2 grand.
Well,
I don't know what he
I'll
said.
talk to him.
So it's not worth getting an attorney for, is what he's saying.
I'll write it for him.
If you look at that contract and stuff, there's not even a date on it or anything. There's not a price on it. It's an illegal roofing contract.
Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to date.
Which, it doesn't, you mean the first one?
The first one, there's no date, there's no amount.
You know what? He doesn't have a contract. Wait a minute.
That's correct.
He doesn't have a
He
contract.
doesn't have
with
a
the other
contract
guy.
with anybody, and
Okay.
the other place in Topco doesn't have a contract with the main contractor.
What are you thinking, Mark? He doesn't have a contract technically. Think about that. Okay, what do I have here? Who did I brought you by? I brought you by Century. Thank you.
This is Ross Kaminsky from my friends at American Financing, and let me tell you, they can help with
And then we have-
refinancing to eliminate mortgage insurance, to lower your rate, or consolidate high-interest debt. No matter why you're refinancing, you don't have to worry about resitting the term of your loan because at American Financing, they offer 9, 14, or 18-year loans, really any term you need.
Well, probably before we put him on the Sleaze Brigade, we need to call him. So we need to get his number.
Yeah, but I'll put him on if he doesn't have a good story. What does she want to
No
go
matter
back
where
to?
interest rates go, yours stays the same and your monthly payments won't increase. It just takes one call to their salary-based mortgage consultants. They'll guide you through the options. They'll
How
customize
did they
the
help
right
Chuck?
plan to achieve your financial
Colorado
goals.
Tenants
We
is
can
in here
even get
somewhere.
you closed in as fast as 10 days. So get started right now.
Hey.
303-695-7000.
Suzanne?
303-695-7000.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll wait.
7000 or
Oh.
online at American
Colorado Tenants and Hearing Center helped one of our listeners, Chuck. Now, I'm not sure what they did. If you can call them and ask them, I'll get them on the air and talk about it, and that'll be the response. It'll be cool. A follow-up.
Any problem you have in your car for just $89 plus parts or free. But
Our guy's name was Chuck.
you get a complete diagnostic report. So even if they can't fix it, at least you'll know they've taken out all the unknowns. 303-781-9858. 303-781-9858.
Jeez, you give the Eagles 10.5, do you take Brady just?
Is it 10.5?
Oh,
Started off at
fuck,
5.5.
No.
Wait, the Eagles are favored?
No, I'd have to take
Ray has a $300,000.
I'd have to have two things happen. I'd have to have the game over 42.5, and I'd have to have Philadelphia lose by no more than.
So what is the line right now? 5.5?
4.5. Offshore 4.5.
10-year.
Do you bet on it usually?
Yeah, the only thing I really bet these days is
That's almost twice the coverage.
pro football playoffs and Super Bowl.
And the stock market.
Wow, with Trump in office, that's not a bet. That's a
Do you know what?
no-brainer.
I heard from CNN he should not get credit for it.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Quit poking the bear. You know, I'm starting to learn that's what he does. He stole that move from me.
He stole your move? Did it end
Instead of Sigley, let's see if we can get Brian the Bulldog to come on.
He took your move to have something to do with a knuckle? Where was that from?
A knuckle. The move.
The move. That
Oh,
was George's move.
you think Philly could lose by 10?
Depends on how it goes there.
Oh, I'm just terrible.
I would say probably not because
They're usually close.
I was working around the house.
This weekend, and buy and build comes to mind. Why? Because everything, just about everything we needed, Stephanie would say, buy and build, right? Buy and build, right? She loves that place. I love that place. 4800 Washington Street, a big, giant, ugly warehouse, and I mean ugly, but not terrible like as far as selection. In fact, it has such a selection and the savings. Vessel sinks, hundreds of dollars. I'm not going to go through everything. I'll just say this. I went to a big box store, Home Depot. It was going to be like 12 grand or something to do my counters and my cabinet in the garage. I wanted to make them kind of nice garage cabinets. 12 grand. I got it done for like $2,400 with granite in my garage for the entire garage. It was more cabinets and more beautiful. I just can't say enough about buy and build. Buy and build troubleshooter.net. You got to go see this place, okay? You really have to see it to believe it. Light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, you will save hundreds and hundreds. Like toilets, you can get for under $100 that sell elsewhere for $300 to $600. So that's buy and build, okay? And if you want to call about something specific, you can too. 303-295-6022. 303-295-6022, buyandbuild.net. Let's go and talk to Jay. This is Jay. The more I think about this, and Deputy Dan brought some stuff to my attention, you don't technically have a contract with this new guy. Now, I don't want to screw this new guy. He did the job. You had a contract that basically said your roof was going to be about 13 grand, or 12 to 13. The guy took off with 6 grand. Okay, that was, and your contract was with G2. So G2 is the contract. And then the guy you give the money to, Gavin Batty, takes off with 6 grand. G2 is not responsible, or they could be. G2 could be responsible if this guy really worked for them, because, you know, he defrauded you. Did you call G2?
Yeah.
What do they say?
He basically, you know, kind of said that he did work for them, but he doesn't really work for them. But, you know, I have business cards and a, you know.
But you did make the check out. You did make the check out directly to him. That's your bad. Did you call Deputy Dan? Did you call G2?
No, I haven't called anybody yet.
Okay. I think Deputy Clint would have by now.
Oh, wow.
Ouch. Listen, here's what we have to do. We have to get Gavin Batty to the authorities and on the Sleeves Brigade. This new guy, technically, you have no contract. Although there's something called quantum Marriott, which means if you've received benefit for something, you're expected to pay fair market value, right? Bonnie Shields, is that what it's called? Quantum Marriott, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's Latin. So what it means is he's going to want something, but you could bargain with him because he doesn't have a contract. He doesn't. You don't have a contract with him. Now, he did the work. You know he did the work. You agreed to have the work done. But I would say, and he took the contract from the other guy. You could say to him, hey, you know, you dealt with that guy and you lost because this guy promised to pay you.
Yeah, that's what my initial attorney letter said.
Okay.
And that's why I wrote the check.
Then you may want to wait and see if he does put up a lien and use that as a defense.
He did already.
Okay. Well, is he going to defend the lien? Do you have a lot of equity?
Yeah.
How much?
How much equity do I have?
Yeah.
Probably $340,000.
Okay, then I'm going to buy the lien from him and foreclose. No, listen. It's
expired.
It did? Wait a minute. He didn't renew it?
Well, you got to sue him and win. You can't just lien it and keep the lien on there. You got to win.
The lien expires, and that's what I was going to say, Mark. For a lien to mean something, you literally go through a foreclosure. You do, and it's auctioned. But it expired. He didn't put it back on?
No.
Then why are you calling?
Because the lien that was filed was bogus.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not there anymore. It's not there anymore.
It is there. It's there forever.
No, it expired. Yes, listen. An expired lien isn't going to be a problem. Are you worried about an expired lien when you go to sell it?
Well, I want to pay my house off.
Okay,
and
so pay it off.
I want to move it into a trust.
You can. You can. How long ago was this done?
The work or the work? The work was done. The permit was cleared on July 19th. All right.
Listen, Jay. Legal Shield should have told you. Listen, when the liens expire, they expire. I don't care what anyone says. They might get spooky about it, but you don't have a lien on your house anymore. It's free and clear. You can pay it off and put it in a trust. I mean, now this guy lost his right. I feel bad for the guy, though, because he did do the work. Let's face it. Although you could be angry and say, listen, you dealt with Gavin Batty, not me. You're the one who took this job. It's your risk. You took the job with Gavin, and he screwed you. You know, it's not my fault. For all I know, you're just like, you know, you're kind of like him. What I would do right now is not worry about the lien. Now there's something called bonding around it. You put a bond up for a certain amount of time. That's fine too, but that's not going to, I don't see how it can happen, Jay. Call us back if you have another problem. Get as much information as we can about Gavin Batty. I need to put him on the Sleeves Brigade at sleevesbrigade.com. So Dan, Deputy Dan, you can do that, or we could give it to Deputy Clint, whatever. 303-713-TALK. I'm sorry. Okay, Becky, what's on your mind? Hello, Becky. And Bonnie Shields, we have so much to talk about with her. If you have any family law questions, remember she's here, and I'll give her a proper introduction in a little while. Becky, what's happening?
Hi, Tom. Well, my husband and I were considering buying a manufactured buyback vehicle. That they bought a lemon and they bought it back. Okay, and so what happened? Well, we haven't done it yet. So
okay, why would you buy a lemon?
And what kind of lemon was it?
So it's an Audi S6. It's a 2017.
I say no already.
Hold on, but why would you buy it? What was the problem with it?
So in the paperwork, they said that it was a camshaft oil seal.
And they fixed it?
So they said they replaced the engine as what they have on the correction and the disclosure.
If they did that, why was it a buyback? Do you know?
Well, they were after they bought it back.
Okay, I know why. That's right. They probably tried to fix it 4 times, and the guy did a lemon law thing. Look if they truly put a new engine in that and you're going to get a great deal, I wouldn't mind. It's going to be stigmatized.
What is the warranty on it?
So it's still the original manufacturer's.
Well, how many miles on it?
There's 5,000 something.
And how much on the new engine?
They said 0.
Okay, so an Audi lemon buyback with a new engine. And what year?
It's a 2017.
And how much are you going to save? Do you remember that? We used to say, what? You owe me a Coke? Okay, you owe me a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? What are you going to save?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know that it's that much more than...
Well, how much you're going to save? You don't know?
My husband, yeah.
Okay, how much is the price of the car? Mark, can you look up how much is the price?
So I sent all the paperwork over.
You did. But okay, I'm going to find it here.
But how much is a new one? That's
what I'm getting at, Mark.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I don't have your paperwork, so I'm just going to have to fly blind here. Suzanne, can you email that again?
They had this one. They have the listed price when they originally sold it. It was for
I got it now. I have it.
$17,725.
$17,725 is how much they're selling this for.
78.
Okay.
It was originally MSRP was $78,725.
78 was the original.
What did they sell it for though? The 78?
I don't know.
Do you know how much you're paying for it? You got to get us information, Becky. How much do you have to pay?
$60,500.
Okay, $60,500, and new it's sold for 78 around there.
Yeah, but it's already a model year old.
Okay.
It's got 6,000 miles on it.
Hold on.
And it's got a stigma. It's got the S letter on it.
Okay, it does. Are you going to keep this for a very long time?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay, listen, Mark, a buyback with a new engine is all psychological.
No, I'm not even going to argue that point. All I'm saying is I don't know if it's a deal.
I don't know
if you could find a brand new 17, it might be the same price.
Because the 78 you can negotiate down realistically.
To 60.
No, I don't think. Mark, on a brand new car,
it's a full model year old though.
No, but I'm not talking about that. On a brand new car,
not on a brand new one, but this one is a model year old.
But if it was a new car, what do you think you can negotiate? Probably $4,000 at the most. Bring it down to 74.
On a $78,000 car.
On a brand new car, if it's brand new, not a year old, but let's say it's brand new. What do you negotiate off your new car? Just tell me
I'm different.
Don't tell me that number. Just tell me how much you saved. What did you save?
Oh, God, my MSRP to what I paid, over $17,000. But I'm different. What do you want me to say?
Because you buy one a lot there. You keep buying, is that why?
Well, yeah. I mean, not only do I buy a lot of cars there, but, I know how to buy a car.
I understand that, Mark, but even though you know how to buy a car, numbers don't lie. They're not going to give it to you.
A lot of times at a certain period, yes, a dealer will lose money on a deal, so he gets more inventory the next year.
But here's the thing, Becky. I don't think it's a great deal, okay? But
all you got to do is find another 17 that's brand new and see what you can negotiate on that. That's the only way to figure out if this is a good deal or not.
And then do your discount off of that. Do you love...
What do you think that discount should be?
Okay, let's just say this one. Let's say that a year-old car selling for 78, whatever that car is selling for now, right now, you want to discount. So right now, that car probably would have I know how cars depreciate. It probably would be around 60 grand. As Mark says, I think that you can find that car now without the stigma for around 60.
Here's what I'll do. I'm going to get involved in this one. Let me see how much, if I can even find a brand new one, that matches.
You know that deal we called Make the Deal? We do this where we go out and shop for something for you. There's no obligation on your part, but you have to be ready to buy. So, are you ready to buy if we find something? You're not going to be obligated. Okay, but you are ready to buy. Okay.
Yep.
And what dealership is this you're dealing with?
So this one's actually out of Iowa City in Iowa.
Ooh.
So then they'd have to be shipping it here.
Oh my God,
let me look into it.
Yeah, hold on, all right? Okay. No, you have another question. What's your other question?
Yes, one more quick question. So we actually have an Audi that we're also going to be selling to a private buyer.
Yes.
And so my question is, so they're going to pay, and it's a friend, so I don't want to, money gets tricky with friends.
Yes.
They're gonna pay like $5,000 down, and then another $1,500 over a year.
Oh my God.
I know. If we have all of this in the bill of sale, do we also need a promissory note?
Yes.
For that
No, what you need.
You go to DMV. When you're at DMV with them transferring, you're going to be the lien. Just like when you buy something, you'll put the lien on the title.
I understand, but you need more than that, okay? You need a bill of sale that simply says the price that they're buying it for, okay?
Yep, okay.
And the receipt of whatever you got with so much due, period. Then you need a promissory note. But then you also need, in addition to the lien at motor vehicles, you need a security agreement. Without a security agreement, you don't have the right to take it. Okay, so you have to have a promissory note and a security agreement and a lien put on the title. And it's very dangerous because if it's a friend especially, oh, my son needs a kidney transplant. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to repossess their car when their son needs a kidney transplant? I know that sounds terrible, but I mean that. I've loaned money to people before. And they say, well, my back is out and I can't work anymore. What do? You sound like, my God, why do you really need the money?
The troubleshooter forecloses on.
Yeah, exactly.
Family of 12, story at 11.
Listen, I had a guy, okay? He was a veteran. This was years ago. He was a veteran, and he wasn't disabled at the time. But he borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed against his house. So I said, I'll help you to consolidate that. You don't have to pay that much interest, payable by a certain time. But he kept borrowing and borrowing. And then the newspaper does a story about the guy said that I'm going to foreclose. I didn't foreclose, never did, but he said, I was thinking about it, I told him. I wanted to be paid. So he tells the newspaper. So I look like a chump. You don't ever want to loan money to people that you can't collect. Becky, I mean it. First of all, it sounds suspect. I don't understand why $1,500 over a year if they can come up with all the other money. It just doesn't even make sense to me. But that's how you protect yourself. We have a lot more to talk about. It's a dangerous thing. I wouldn't do it. I'm just telling you that right now. I absolutely wouldn't do it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Plumline Services right now. Find Fixer Free Electrical. Find Fixer Free. That means you can get an electrician to your house finally. You don't have to worry about a price. You will always, listen, you will always know you won't pay more than $149 to get a licensed, bonded, and insured electrician to your home to diagnose any problem. Most of it is diagnosis in electrical. And for $149, they'll fix it, which includes parts. Now, if, this is the Find Fixer Free, if it's multiple circuits, there's something wrong that's major that they can't fix for $149. The parts are more, or it's going to take, a few days. They will give you a full written diagnostic report for zero. No money, no obligation. You can get it fixed or not, but at least you'll know. So if you have an electric problem, you never knew what it was, you can find out now. $149, Find Fixer Free, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086.
I'm so sorry. So late.
How much did she say she was going to sell it to her friend for? $1,500?
No. They're going to pay the extra $1,500. They're buying it for thousands.
Why don't they go through Blinker? This is perfect for Blinker.
Okay. Thank you. Have her hold on. Have the lemon woman hold on.
The lemon woman? What kind of lemon?
Oh, what? St. Dan. You got to chime in.
Okay.
I have good information for her. Tell her, hold on, how she can sell her car.
What are you going to do when I'm gone?
Do me a favor. Deputy Dan. Now, that's the spirit.
Come on,
Flint.
Flint.
That's it. My co-host would have done that.
That would have been all over the lemon law. He's been through the lemon law. He wrote it. He created the lemon law.
I love him. I love him.
He is the lemon.
I love this joke. I love Josh.
The best one was, in the same day we found out, snake bite, shark bite, and what was the other one?
Dog bite.
Who's been bitten by a shark? Oh, no, hit by a lightning.
Yeah.
Struck by lightning, bit by a snake, and
shark.
Bit by a shark, all in the same day.
And he jumped over.
Who's been struck by lightning, bit by a snake, and bit by a shark? Can you guess?
It's incredible. Been there, done that, he says.
And he jumped over the shark tank on water skis.
He got hit by the lightning, fell on the ground, the snake bit him, he got up and ran into the ocean.
Of course you know that answer. That's your co-host, Clint.
And got bit by a shark.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's been struck by lightning
I love him.
Twice.
Yeah. He's had rods in his back, too.
No, I know that.
Just one shark, though.
One shark
Two
bite.
snakes.
Two
Two
oh,
snakes.
so it's one lightning strike, two snake
You
bites.
got to get Bonnie's story, too. It's so wonderful.
I called the other train, but she had to leave her voicemail.
The ones who clean my carpets before, time and time again.
There's no. Hey, no, you said an S title mark. You don't. Why would you, for replacing the engine, you have an S on the title?
I was thinking of, well, no. What I was saying is, the scarlet letter is where I was going. That vehicle has the scarlet letter.
Okay.
It does.
I thought you meant a salvage.
No, I didn't. I know, and after I said it,
that was very confusing to the rest of everybody.
Shut up, Dan. You have to be on the same plane as me to understand the scarlet letter.
That plane is crashing.
I can't wait to fly Frontier.
Oh, shut up!
Oh my God, it sucks. So I refuse to pick out our seats. I refuse to pay for a fucking seat. I do. I refuse it. I refuse it. I refuse it.
I refuse to run.
I will not pay for a seat. Watch, I'm going to end up getting the absolute last worst seat in the very back, no window. It'll be next to all the flight attendants, or stewardesses yakking it up in the back.
They won't give me a fresh meal.
Fresh meal on Frontier, yeah. That
Mark, the
happens.
dirtiest thing I ever saw with Frontier. This really happened. This one stewardess had a fight with the guy, and she prompted him. She goes, "What did you say?" Or something. "Why did you look into that? Well, what did you say?" And she said, they taxied back. They said they had to taxi back for security reasons.
Because of him.
They taxied back and they took on a new passenger. And he had a Frontier bag. And he was a non-rev employee. I could hear him talking. Those motherfuckers
Kick someone off.
picked a loudmouth. He was a loudmouth. It wasn't bothering anyone. Kicked him off and picked up their buddy. And then I heard them in the back. I went to the bathroom and I was listening. They said, "Good maneuver," like this, thumbs up. Fucking motherfuckers. I wrote to Frontier, never even got a response. They turned that whole fucking plane around for an employee, and they blamed the guy, saying it was the security. This poor guy got kicked off the plane. Remember that? And that was at the time they're dragging people off. Like, remember that one guy that got dragged off?
They don't judge. They know things like this happen. Let them deal with the IRS or state on your behalf. And take
Oh my God, I was so mad.
tax relief. That says it all. Relief and resolution for all your tax debt problems. Larson will get you the best possible deal.
I really appreciate it.
And call Larson at 844 Larson Tax. You'll get your life back and your tax worries will be gone. 844 LARSON Tax or online at LarsonTaxRelief.com.
Oh man, Genesis has a damn SUV coming out that is so gorgeous. I cannot wait.
Who does?
Genesis.
Oh, really? It's a crossover?
No, it's a SUV.
Just, well, okay.
It's probably more like.
It's more like an SUV than a car.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely SUV. It's not a crossover. But it's a year and a half out. I've never gone that long without switching cars, man. I might do it.
Getting itchy.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. And it's so important to let you know about Simply Floors. I talked about buy and build. Now I want to talk about Buddy Mitchell, Simply Floors. I love when people come together to help people save money. Buddy Mitchell has a simple philosophy. I'm going to buy in big volume because I'm part of a buying group, but I don't have to charge that much. I can save money. I don't want to just be the, small guy so he has to charge more and then he makes up excuses for it. He doesn't. He'll save you up to 40% over the big boxes on hardwood, laminates, luxury vinyl tile, action traction, waterproof carpeting, any kind of floor covering you want, waterproof laminates now. He will save you the money, and all you have to do is go to a showroom or call or go on the website. Now, here's the website. You'll have a number and everything there. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You can make your own appointment. When you make an appointment and get floor coverings, if you want, you have free designer services. This is not just someone who says this color goes with this. This is a complete coordination of your floor coverings if you're doing a remodel and all of your other interior furnishings. 52nd and Ward is the warehouse.
And I got to say, after you get that beautiful new carpet from them, you got to keep the warranty going, so you know who you call there?
Oh,
Mike Ross,
that's
the
amazing. Carpet
doctor.
By the way, Mark, I do want to say that. People don't understand that.
They have no idea.
If you don't professionally clean your carpets once a year, you lose the warranty.
Absolutely you do.
But Mike Ross does something that I find I call it stupid smart.
It's an incredible business.
Just explain what it is.
Bonnie, he does this. Listen to this. Your entire house.
No matter what the size.
10,000 square feet of carpet or 1,000. It doesn't matter. $139. He doesn't try to upsell you. Oh, you've got pets.
It doesn't matter.
More.
Whatever size your house is.
And it's hot water.
It's crazy.
Hot water. What do they call it? Hot water, not distraction.
Hot water
extraction.
Right.
$139 period. But anyhow, he's at 720-298-0352. He fills up quick. 720-298-0352.
I just can't believe they do it. Anyway, so Bonnie Shields is with us. I'm going to go back to her in a second and introduce her properly because we have a case that she's handling for us. But I want to finish with Becky. This is very important. Becky, this is why this is important. You asked a question, and Deputy Dan brought this up. I forgot about Blinker.com. Let me explain something. You want to sell it for how much? How much is your friend going to give you down?
$5,200.
And how much is she going to finance?
$1,500.
Okay, here's what you do. That $1,500 is silly. I mean, you could do it the other way around, but here's how you do it safely. It has nothing to do with you. If you list your car on Blinker.com, they won't charge you a dime, not a dime. They don't charge her a dime. You go to Blinker.com, and when you go to Blinker.com, you can list your car. Just do bare minimum. Then she goes on and buys it through Blinker. By buying it through Blinker, they will provide financing. It's a place where people like you and me can have the power of a dealer because we can have people buy our cars and get financing. And they will do all the paperwork, all of the transfers, everything. You don't have to worry about anything. Becky, if you're thinking in your head, oh no, it's going to be so much trouble, it's way less trouble than what you're doing.
And you'll get paid in full.
You'll get paid in full. Even if she just wants to put down $1,500 and finance the rest, or $1,000. It's all she has to do is this, unless you're going to tell me now she has rotten credit. Now they do have places for bad credit, but does she have rotten credit?
I don't think so. No.
Becky,
this is a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer.
And she doesn't even have to give you the $5,500 down then. She can do whatever. It doesn't matter.
She can put down whatever the minimum is and finance it. It doesn't affect her at all. You just tell her, Becky, this is a better situation. They will finance whatever you want, and it doesn't cost you a dime other than, of course, the interest and stuff for financing.
You download it from the Play Store or the iTunes Store on your phone. You take a picture of your license plate. Everything else is done for you. You put up how much you're going to sell it. She downloads Blinker on her phone, and she purchases it. Yeah. They do everything.
No, I forgot about that. You have to do it, okay?
I'm glad I thought about Blinker.
Okay, so Blinker.com, and it was... who's Pat? Pat, what happened with Pat?
Remember, she had the neighbor on Friday who went to jail after she bought a car from him?
Oh, my God,
yeah,
yes.
Dan has an update.
Okay, we're going to do that coming up. We'll do that update. Bonnie Shields, attorney at law, is handling a case for us. Now, listen to this. This guy and his wife, what's his first name again?
Dan.
Dan. Dan has been married and raising this girl for how long with the biological mom?
Oh, Tom, at least 6, 7 years or more.
Yeah.
I think it's more.
And the girl's how old?
Just a little bit older than that.
Okay. So he's been with this girl her whole life. Now he wants to make it official and adopt her with the biological mom since the girl was a baby. He wants to adopt the girl, but the dad in prison for 20 years or more for child porn and all of that crap. He's in prison. He's opposing it. Now, listen, even if he's kept on his parental rights, what, does she have to go to prison to see him? This other guy, Dan, is the only dad she knows. We put up a GoFundMe campaign and raised some money. And Bonnie, in a nutshell, wasn't that wonderful? We're raising money for you to help this guy bear, and you're charging next to nothing. But I want to know, what's the update?
The update is we actually go to a hearing in late February, and the judge will decide whether to terminate the biological father's rights and let this stepfather adopt.
Does a biological father get an attorney even though he's in prison? How does that work?
Yeah, he got one.
How?
Free.
Why?
Because the law.
The law allowed for it, so yes, he does have an attorney.
Why? Why? I don't understand that.
Mark, I know it pisses you off like it pisses me off. It does. Right now, I just got backed up, got to take a quick break. Joseph A. Lazara, if you're accused of a crime, Joe Lazara, I hope you never need him. Now, he does a lot of DUIs because people, I'm not going to call them drunks because they're not. They're just good people that made mistakes, some of them. They just tried to figure out, okay, what can I drink? Is this enough? Is this too much? Listen, if you have a designated driver, use him or her. Also, use Uber or Lyft. I really recommend you don't ever use Joe. Joe doesn't encourage drinking and driving, but there are people that get caught in the system and you need help. Don't ever try to do it alone. You need help to get through the system, guilty or innocent, stupid, smart, it doesn't matter. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
Through, and it's going to be a good thing.
It's going to be big league.
Patty said she would come on, but she wants to know who you're talking about first.
I don't know. She helped the listeners all shucks.
Get hearing aids?
I don't have any idea. What's the law? Jack,
Get that.
Gillet.
Our midterms are going to
start talking about Chuck. That's what he said.
Okay, let me
Because
call
somebody there told him.
Do you want me to call her now so you can work her in soon, or wait till after
Next
the
hour's
call?
fine. But just find out. I just want to know because it's good publicity when people help people.
Weather forecast.
Doctors given power to turn off baby with brain damage despite
Oh,
parents.
that's the one from England.
Here's what I don't get, though. They phrase it like that, but let me tell you, if you paid cash, they'll keep that kid on there forever. It's got nothing to do with anything but that. They make it sound like, what?
I can't remember all that story.
UK doctors turn off life support for baby with brain damage despite parents' wishes. Oh, they make it sound like the whole thing comes down to billing in a room. That's what it comes down to.
There's something about shipping it over to the U.S. or something. Shipping the baby over.
That's an old one. Or is this?
I thought it was the same one. Okay.
No. Hey, we went to see I, Tonya. God, you got to see that movie. Oh my God.
What the hell is I, Tonya?
Tanya Harding.
She's a crack up.
You know,
she's on a show.
Hold on. I got to tell you.
I watch her on a show.
When you see this movie,
yeah, she hired the guy to go fucking crack her knee.
No, when you see this movie, supposedly it's accurate. Supposedly, I'm not carrying a flag for anyone, but this woman had a hard life. You got to see.
Oh, she did have.
You got to see it. No,
you don't grab
Mark cracked someone. Mark, according to this, she knew nothing about it, and they took it. Mark, they took it from fucking FBI files. This movie.
Then why'd she go to jail?
Because she found out about it and did not turn him in. She was an accomplice after the fact.
Okay.
No, you got to read about it, Mark.
But the movie was good.
Oh my God! It's no matter what, the movie's good. But really, I have so much more sympathy for her now. I swear to God. You know, because first of all, she didn't plan it. Now, what she did do, I don't want to spoil it. She did plan to do something, but not that. And
okay. Well, that's enough.
No. Threats.
Was it an old boyfriend? Was it a boyfriend that did it?
Huh?
Who actually did it? Was it a boyfriend or?
No, it was a goon that they hired. You got to see it.
They hired the goon.
But Tanya, you got to see the movie, and then we'll talk about it. It's such a great movie in itself.
Well, she's already done her time in crime.
She didn't have to, yeah, she didn't have to go to jail.
No, she had a extremely hard life. Didn't she live in a mobile home and stuff?
Double wide.
Well, okay,
Oh,
double.
double wide, bro.
Well,
Okay,
she had to make
all her own stuff.
My God, she had plenty of.
You know,
Some of us would kill for a double wide.
You know something? She is. I mean, she really is a hard person.
No, she is. Right? She's a boxer now.
Yeah,
She's successful.
Well,
You'll see why I box her.
Well, not anymore. Now she has a contracting company and she's building decks.
Well, she also works for a show. She works for America's Dumbest. Literally, it's called America's Dumbest. It's funny as hell. You know, it's live videos and dumb shit.
It's really,
And she's a commentator.
really. Oh, I see. Where they take those little sound bites from people.
Yeah, then they go. It's her. Who else is on with Tanya on America's Dumbest?
Oh my God.
Who's the guy from the Partridge Family?
Oh, Danny,
Danny. He's a boxer too.
Yeah, the red-haired dude.
not available
And then
today.
Reef something.
She said it's not a good day. She also
So
said
they did get
that
the
she wants
dumb.
me to set it up within the next day or two, though. Is that okay? But she said she gets best, yeah, but she
You're a
said
guy,
she
I
gets
call-
best response when you're talking about
Email
you
was
in
just, please
person.
tell this
That's
lady,
the
include
only
GPS
thing.
track in the vehicle she's going to
So
find.
how would I know if she has one tomorrow or Wednesday before I leave?
Great, and do you send out an email confirmation?
Ah, shit. Okay, we gotta ask Jack Joy one day advertise.
Okay.
Tell him why.
All right, thank you so much for your help.
Oh, and then if they go blinker, they'll both get, if they finance for
$200.
$200.
No, it's true. Did you use Blinker for anything?
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I just gotta put it on there. I wanted to make sure.
Procrastination.
A little bit.
State of the Union speech. We'll preview it with former White House Press Secretary Dana Perino. That's Tuesday morning at 7:06
The
a.m.
FBI second in charge stepped down.
So you're, oh, who's that, McCabe? So you're still bringing me the budget, right? Budget A1?
I am so appreciative
Of Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center because they've helped me personally. I have tinnitus, some hearing loss more than I ever thought. But the hearing aids that I got from them, they like to call them hearing instruments. They're hearing aids, you know. They're wonderful. And they have this noise, lack of a better word, this gentle white noise that you can put on that soothes your ears, and what it does is it eradicates that tinnitus. It helps you forget the tinnitus, if that makes sense. I know it's working, but I love the hearing aids in and of themselves. If you're looking for help with tinnitus or hearing, helpforbringing.com, or go to Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center personally. Give them a call. Get an evaluation. Don't live with this. It is so cool. The technology today, now smartphone compatible. You can control everything on your smartphone. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Okay, Pat has an update. Bought a car from a neighbor. I want to explain it. She buys a car from a neighbor who takes $6,000 from her or something. How much money was it, Dan?
$1,600.
$1,600, and then he skips with the money. He told her he's buying the car from the tow yard, and he was going to fix it up for her. And then he goes to jail, right, Dan? And then she's stuck with the car.
Right.
But
no, she doesn't have the car.
I mean, she's that's right.
She's stuck with nothing.
She's stuck with nothing. And you called the tow company.
Right. Collins Towing in
a really nice guy. Really nice
Jonathan
guy.
Real good guy. Young guy, too.
He knows that what happened, and he did not get paid for this car.
Right.
But he's still helping Pat.
Right.
Pat, what is he doing? Or do you not know?
I really don't know.
Okay,
but
listen to this.
He is doing the best he can, and they're really nice guys.
Listen to what is he doing, Dan?
So he's going to. So he let the timing lapse as far as for taking over title. He's got to redo that, and that's what's taking so long right now. But he realizes you paid $1,600 for the car and didn't get it. So what he's going to do is, just because he had made a deal with your neighbor,
he's under no obligation.
Right. He made a deal with the neighbor to sell for $500 because there was damage. There was windshield.
Yeah. So your
broken,
neighbor was going to buy it for $500. Your neighbor was going to fix it up and sell it to you for $1,600, which you paid him.
Right. So now Colin knew, or Jonathan over there knew you had paid for it, and he's not going to, doesn't want to make any money off it, so he's not even going to take the $500. He's going to end up getting the title for you and then giving you the car.
I know, he's a great guy. The basic thing that I wanted to know was any way that I could help him, or,
Make it go quicker?
Sooner.
It's just timing.
It's just timing with the state, Pat. But we wanted to let you know, and thank you, Deputy Dan, for working on that. We wanted to let you know that you're in good shape because this tow company has chosen to help you out, which is really, really good. Debbie, it's your turn. What's going on, Debbie?
Hi.
What's happening?
Gosh, there's a lot of stuff.
Like what?
My mother and I, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have been taking care of my mother. I'm sorry, I have to be medicated to even make this call. It's really upsetting, so I apologize.
That's okay, Debbie. Now, you're taking care of your mom.
I was taking care of let me back up. I'll go real far back. I grew up in New Jersey. In 1979, my parents moved to Florida. In 1980, I moved to Denver.
Okay, 1980. Hold on. That's when I came. Hold on. We'll let you finish your story, gather your thoughts. I promise you're next up. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around for more. I've known the owner of Fix It 24/7 for more than 30 years.
Well, the tax changes. The maintenance deduction is going away. You don't get divorced this year. Not for funny. I guess I just kind of encouraged.
You mean maintenance is no.
It will not be deductible, nor will be income for the receiving party for divorces finalized after 2018.
I did not know, first of all. I did not know.
I just double checked it to make sure I didn't give out anything.
I never knew it was deductible.
Oh, yeah.
Maintenance?
Child support is not.
Oh, yeah.
But maintenance is, right?
Right. Maintenance is deductible.
And was it
for
an
payers.
income? It wasn't income on her part.
It was. You
Yes.
betcha it was.
And now it's not income?
It will not be income to the receiver, nor will the other person get a deduction.
That's part of the tax changes, right?
Yeah.
Right. It changes everything in
But
settlements.
for a woman, that would be a girl who get, mostly who get maintenance. That is an incredible benefit, not to pay tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I don't know how they do that.
I'm wondering, if you
Why
lump
is it a
sum
stupid,
maintenance,
you mean regulate, or not regulation, it's stupid.
Stupid tax law.
Why?
Well, they should be able to have to claim an income and basically paying, right?
Let me ask you
I
something.
agree. I would agree with you. It should be
is maintenance
deductible.
considered a lump sum as well?
You can do lump sum maintenance, but then there's some really picky tax laws about when you can deduct and when you can't. But no, it comes right off your gross income. You never get to see it. Maintenance right now. I think if you're paying it, you shouldn't lose that deduction. And I can't believe all those senators and congressmen passed that.
Why?
Well, because how many of them are probably paying
You're probably
maintenance?
right. You're probably right.
Child support is different, but maintenance should be deductible.
Child
guy
support
just
has
said to
never
me?
been tax deductible,
He
right?
goes, you're going directly to heaven, don't you? I said, I am. He goes, yeah, of course you are. You're married to Mark.
Oh.
Can we put that up there on the radio?
Hey, let's update that when we come back. I've never heard a wiser thing said ever. You know what? I give you heaven too.
I did not know that Suzanne's salvation was on the line today.
She's going to get on a shirt that says, "When I die, I know I'll go to heaven."
Thanks to Mark.
I spent my time in hell.
Oh,
Mark.
oh, damn. Damn.
Do we get a t-shirt for Christmas or something?
Burn.
Hey, baby, what's happening?
How you doing?
How you been doing?
Good.
I see your daughter more than you. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I do
I'm
know
serious, man. I love that.
She tells me every time you come in.
We love it.
Yeah.
Freaking love it.
Where is it? What is it? The restaurant?
Yogurt.
Oh,
Frozen yogurt. It's the best. I don't know
Is
why.
it not fat?
It's freaking the best. What?
Is it not fat?
No.
Broken?
No. It's good. No, it's not fat, but it's not high in sugar.
Right. It's not high in sugar.
No, hell no. I love it.
That was a good
I know. I remember you were talking about Seinfeld.
Have you tried the gelato?
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. It really is good. And I didn't think there'd be much of a difference, but there is, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's the best.
Or unexpected illness could cause your rates to skyrocket, or even make you uninsurable. Beat the clock. Call Select Phone now. No hassle, no obligation.
You know, my vehicle's got way better rates than this damn $80,000.
The Audi? Oh, I think Audi is what Tom calls people who oppose it. Right?
Select Quote.
I mean,
They're so expensive to fix.
They're not well. They're like a Jeep.
They're maintenance.
Or they're maintenance.
Oh, Jeeps are the worst thing you can buy.
Another minute. Get your free
He's the older one.
Just
People
call
love Jeeps, man. I have no idea why.
No idea
Their
why.
safety ratings aren't good. Their repair price. The Wranglers go through windshields more than any other vehicle.
I totally agree with you. The first time I hear that, and then the people that raise them, the left mistake, are you really looking for it? I don't think Clint's gotten a new car or car from anybody yet.
Cloudy today with a high in the mid-50s. Tonight, partly cloudy and lower around 30. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 60. Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high near 50. Full flowers and cherries very themed up to
They start coming here.
with gifts from the perfect
And you'll go on the radio.
strawberries are the perfect
Do you know what buying this aircraft were? They wanted it. I told you this, a cashier's check. I said I'd wire.
Why would they want a cashier?
They want. He's an old man. He's an old man. I'm dealing with the broker. No wire. No what they want. They want to know they have the money. And I said, do you realize cashier's checks are the most
communication can be daunting.
what do you call it? Forged fraud. They're forged so well. And I don't know.
Electricians, plumbers, roofers, and painters to get the job done. JC Dodge can act as pre-construction consultants.
I'm sending you this one.
Best. Build. Commercial.
You're sending what?
And this email I want to call you.
Drawing on a napkin or finalized plan. And general contractors,
How often is
JC
he
Dodge
on the
Construction can execute your project
quite a
from design to finish. On time, on budget, and always to the highest of standards. Because quality is how we measure success. JC Dodge Construction. Promises kept. Call 720.
Oh, did you bring the computer in? Is that what you're talking about?
That's it now.
You sure it's just not a power supply, or you have no idea?
Home loans, they have the rate guarantee. If rates go down, they will.
You don't think it's just a power supply?
Charge 303.
Oh, it might be. Yes. I mean, it just doesn't turn on. I mean, it doesn't.
No lights at all.
Nothing. I'll let him look at it.
It's got to be the power supply.
Not pre-qualified.
And I don't want to pay him, you know.
Did you build it?
No, Bonnie did it with, no, John Hogan did it first, and Bonnie modded it.
Oh, sure.
But after Bonnie did mods, it still worked afterwards. He still, it only just one day, he said he turned it on, and it just...
It's gotta be a power supply.
Isn't that usually the first thing that goes?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many, did you used to do that all the time? Did you just have them in stock all the time? What, did they get too hot? Overheating, right?
Usually the fan will break, and then it overheats.
Or coke.
What's what? Who? Where? Oh, you owe me lunch.
One. I didn't drink it. It's there.
Why is it there?
Because she brings it every day.
Oh, okay.
You owe me lunch.
I'm not. I didn't
This has
swear,
nothing to do with
but
you.
I didn't swear I'm going to
You said you were. That was it. It was your last one ever.
I said I
And I bet Dan Lunch that there's no way that's factual.
He says if he goes through Monday or
By the
next
way,
week,
do you recall him betting me lunch on Friday about how much?
I do.
Thank you. So there's another lunch.
Not another! God, why does that have to be another?
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. If you are looking for a loan, you won't do better than Ideal, and I'll tell you why. First, I want to say that this show is the only show of its kind anywhere. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call. Get right to your calls. We have a lot to talk about today, and we have Bonnie Shields with us, attorney at law, talking about family law, custody, divorce, and everything in between. Everything in between. Maintenance, we have some tax changes she wants to talk about as well, because they affect you if you're getting a divorce this year. Yeah, there might be a reason to get one this year, not next year. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Ideal Home. Did that come out wrong?
That's great. Just get divorced now because the tax laws are changing.
IdealHomeLoans.com. What I like about Ideal, especially now, the interest rate guarantee. Interest rates are inching up. Don't wait until they get so high you're going to be afraid. Okay, they're still pretty damn low. Now, if you refinance or you buy using IdealHomeLoans.com, if you go to them, they will refinance you free of charge in the next 2 years, if rates go down even by 0.75%, it doesn't even have to go down that much, and they'll do it again for you. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. All right, Greg has a question for Bonnie Shields. Go ahead, Greg. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
My fiance and I are getting married soon, and she's having some credit problems we were hoping to get some help with if possible.
Okay. So, just really quickly, are they all in her name?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
She was divorced about 7 years ago, and in the decree, her ex was supposed to pay off these 2 credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're in both of their names.
And he never did.
Correct.
Wow. How much are we talking about?
Just about $12,000.
Okay, are they coming after her?
No, they're not, because he's paying. Sometimes he'll miss a payment, then he'll pay just a minimum. So they're not really coming after her, but it just seems like they're going to be on her tail forever.
Now remember this: when you marry a woman with bad credit, that doesn't get on to you, except if you want to do stuff jointly, they're going to look at it. And if you put her on the home and on anything and people get a judgment, they can attach it, her part. Even if she's not on the home, if somebody is really savvy, they can go after her part of the appreciation, but that's only upon dissolution of marriage. So during the marriage, the only thing you have to worry about is if she's on title with you on anything, she can be popped for a lien. So let's talk about this other thing, the divorce decree. Bonnie, so many times people divvy up debt in a divorce, and it means nothing to the creditor, does it?
It means nothing to the creditor. They're if your name's on that, your name's on it, they don't have to listen to the divorce court and only go after the person who's supposed to be paying it. My question for you, Greg, is does this guy, do you think he has a way of paying it off if you were to force him?
Yeah, I think he could. I mean, he's behind on his child support too, but I think he could pay it or at least get it refinanced into just his name. And that's, the intention of the divorce.
Well, if he's making minimal payments, that's all he's really got to do, right?
Yeah, what does the order say?
If he really is making those payments.
He said he was, except he'd miss a few, but then he gets caught back up, but they'll never go away.
Oh, well, if he's doing that...
does the court order say he has to have them paid off by a certain date?
Good question.
No, and that's the thing. There was no limit or anything.
See,
so I don't know, is it possible to go back to the judge and say, this wasn't probably your intention for this guy to just...
Well, you can ask for a revision.
It maybe, has it gone down very much?
No, hardly at all.
Okay.
How much does she make? I'm curious.
My fiance?
Yeah.
Probably $35,000.
I was thinking, I hate to say it, but bankruptcy. It's the only way she can get rid of it, and honestly, to me, it's a valid reason.
Yeah, bankruptcy not only gets rid of it, it gets rid of everything and she can start rebuilding credit. Now, I don't recommend that willy-nilly. It can be pretty difficult. But
yeah, but she's in a position to where, my God, she could have bad credit the rest of her natural life.
You're right. You're absolutely right, because no one cares about the divorce decree. On that note, though, let me just tell you, wink and wink, okay? You can write this down and consult them, because they can do debt settlement, although you're not interested in that. It's this guy's debt. So wink and wink, let me just do this separately. Mike and Gigi, winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. They're great people. Chapter 13s and Chapter 7s, 410-1720, 303-410-1720. But here's the deal, Bonnie. For him right now, what would you do? Would you go back to court and ask them to modify it? Or because he's not breaking it, what would you do?
Right. Well, first of all, I think, Greg, you need to get a hold of the divorce documents and read it really carefully to make sure there's not something on there about a deadline. And if there's not, then
what do you charge to do that? Really, there are many people who had a divorce a few years ago or several years ago. They have a divorce decree somewhere. They're getting married, or they had a child, or they won the lottery or something. They need to know what it says, and they need it in plain English. What would you charge to review a divorce doc?
I just charge pro rata my hourly rate, and so it's usually it's usually less than an hour to review it and then talk to them.
Let's say an hour and a half even. Or how much is that?
I charge $300 an hour.
Okay, so really it might be worth you doing $300 and say, review this for me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it would be.
Yes, because you want to know what you're getting into. Now, Bonnie, do you write prenups or do you write any agreements like that?
I don't do prenups.
Okay. So, Greg, I would at least have it reviewed with Bonnie Shields. But your specific question is what?
Is there a mechanism? Yeah, is there a mechanism to go back to the judge and say,
Yes.
you know, I know this wasn't your intent here.
Right,
You know,
I think the intent was a reasonable time frame. That was probably the intent.
Yeah, but is there an argument if he's making, I mean, how will most judges look at this? If he's making the minimum payment and there was no date put in.
You don't know how they're going to look at it.
How do you think they'd look at it, Bonnie?
Well, here...
You don't know.
I think here's the thing. If he's missing some payments and it's hurting her credit...
That's the point.
I think that perhaps you may even have a right to bring a motion for contempt against him.
Well, contempt is really hard, though. Man, they really don't like doing contempt, judges. I know.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it, and you don't just run off and file them. But it's something to look at if he's missing payments.
If it was multiple times.
Yeah, if he's missing payments.
Here's what he would do, though. He'd just warn him not to do it again. That's what he'd do. But, Bonnie, what about this, okay? Modifying divorce decrees. How often does that actually happen?
It happens a lot.
Now, what about when it says non-modifiable? Does that mean anything? Mine says non-modifiable.
Well, there's usually only certain portions that are non-modifiable. And so...
Like
those portions will not be like property settlement.
But even
if you can't go back and redo the house.
Give me an idea.
But even if it's not modified, if you're breaking the contract, then you could modify it, right?
No, you can enforce it. You don't modify it. You just enforce it.
I think that you could ask the judge in this case to give this guy a date by which to have it refinanced and make it go away.
So, tell me things that are modifiable in a divorce. You said almost not. I mean, it's impossible to get it all non-modified. Give me an idea of what you mean.
Well, all the things to do with the kids are modifiable.
Okay.
Child support and parenting time and all that. Things that are not modifiable unless you find fraud later on would be things like who got the house and who got the retirement plans.
And if somebody wins the lottery now, could they say it was because of luck that brushed off on you when we were together? I mean,
oh, absolutely, Tom. That's a great argument.
No, but don't people you've seen it, haven't you, where people come into money and a previous spouse enters the picture and tries to make a ridiculous argument. Does that work, really?
It doesn't work, but I've seen it.
And when would it work? Is if you withheld information? Let's say you bought the lottery ticket, seriously, when you were married, and over months you know how people unclaim a prize? They don't claim it for a while.
Right.
If you don't even know, honest to God, and then you notice it, you didn't know about it before, but let's say a year or two later you're able to collect. What happens? And you had it technically before the divorce.
I think that if the money could have come to you during the divorce, I absolutely think it could be up for fair game.
Wow. 303-713-TOM.
You know, the other thing that guy could do is simply marry someone with better credit.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna tell him that. Debbie, what's going on, Debbie? Welcome.
Yes.
What's happening, Debbie?
Well, like I said, I've been in Denver since 1980. I was on the 14-year plan. I went to Metro.
Oh, how did that happen? God, dog it. Do we have Debbie's number? Doggone
no,
it,
but
Debbie.
She can call back.
Okay, Debbie, call right back, please. We have lines open. You'll get right through. And other people can call as well. But, Debbie, if you want to be sure, call right now, 303-713-TALK. If you're listening, Debbie, I apologize. Something happened. I don't know. I might have hit something, but I don't think so. 303-713-8255. Okay? Melvin, what's going on with you, Melvin?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Good, man. What's happening?
Oh, I'm wanting to become an owner-operator. Been driving for about 10 years.
Okay.
And I'm being told to go to Lone Mountain, and I've been checking out Volvo Freightliner. So I'm just kind of wondering if you got some people that I can go talk to. I'm online looking at, repairs for different trucks, some of the scams that go on with buying a truck.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there are a lot of them. Now, buying big rigs can really hurt you because there are frauds out there, especially when it comes to leasing. Hold on. There are, oh, my God, you'll see the ads, owner-operators, buy your truck now, break away, and they're scams. So hold on and we'll get back to you, all right, on big rigs. Debbie, I'm sorry, Debbie. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay. I don't know where we got cut off. But
well, you
anyway.
said this happened a long time ago, but let's get to the point. You're caring for your mother. That's the big part. And
the point was, I went to school for a long time. It took me a long time to get my education, so I valued it a lot.
Yes.
I worked in different schools, but I worked in DPS from 2004 to 2010. And the VA called me and said, your dad's sick. So I went out on FMLA, and then I quit my job in November 2010. I went to Florida to take care of my family. My father died in May of 2012. My mother had a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. I literally locked my door in Denver after renting that place in 1993 and just locked the door with 20 years worth of crap and said, I got to go.
Okay.
So I've been paying really a lot of expensive storage areas.
Right.
Anyway, so after my father died, my mother and I were inseparable, and we got real close, and she depended on me, and I was the sole caregiver. And
yes.
My sister was doing all kinds of things that would end up on Jerry Springer with animals abusing and all kinds of really bad things that I didn't know. She was taking my money for money and so on and so forth. So I feel that...
She was actually taking money from your mom?
Yeah. She was calling her at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Okay. And where were you when this was happening, the money part?
Oh, I was working in Colorado. My mother said, "Oh, everything's fine." And then
where's your mom?
She's dead now.
Where was she at this time?
In Florida.
Okay, so your sister was taking. I understand, and you were trying to do long distance management. So what happened? What's the bottom line?
Anyway, so my sister was taking my mother. So I came down here. She beat the crap out of me, so I didn't have her support.
Oh my God! When did your mom die?
October 20th, 2016.
Okay, hold on a sec. 2016. Listen, first of all, I'm very sorry you lost your mom, Debbie. I'd like to get to the point we have plenty of people who might be able to help you in these areas. Hold on, because we'd really like to get to it, okay? You know, family, I'll tell you, family things like this, they just can rip a family apart, especially with a death. It's ruination in many times. Rocky's Autos at 63rd and Federal is celebrating with all kinds of cars. They're getting ready for the spring, even though it's still winter technically, but they have SUVs, four-wheel drives, all-wheel drives. They also have cool two-door coupes. They have anything you want, basically. They have such a wide variety. What I like is their inventory changes often, so you have to go every now and then if they don't have what you want. What you'll get at Rocky's is, for sure, clean cars, great deals, and good friends. They are people that you like to hang out with. They're a lot of fun, and they really do have great deals, but they want you to shop and come to them. Please put them on the list. Then go to Rocky's with your notes to see what you can do. And you'll have 40 lenders to choose from, and you'll also have one of the largest selections of used cars around. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8.
Since 93.
Well, she's very antique now. No, but she's there now.
Ah!
Did I do Colorado?
How much do they make on loans then? How much is a loan all over the place? You said 16 grand?
Not all the time. They make about 10 grand on a 400,000 loan.
They make between 11.6 and 16,000 on 400K. The VA is 16 grand.
Is that being a direct lender, or does it matter? That's what a broker makes.
I couldn't answer that. It's not. I asked particularly about.
Now that's gross, obviously, but still.
Yeah, that's your gross profit. Then you've got everything.
Well, of course, but so that other companies to advertise the way they do. Now it puts on a different perspective.
Oh, it puts on a huge. You take, and here's the funny. Right now, the average is more towards that 16 than it is the 11.
12,000.
Well, here's a
$12 million.
Here's one problem with our scenario, though.
Yes.
The average loan's not 400K. The average loan's 280. So that brings the profit in between 7 and 12,000.
Let's say 9 grand. 9 grand divided into that. So let's take a 12 million divided by 9,000.
You sure it's 12 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
Smart, there's magic. I mean, Skippy and I sat down.
I figured it'd be like 4 million.
1,300. So 400 a month. You know, because some of them will be big.
So I guess guess, so they get their loan origination fee. What else do they do?
They buy the points. So here's how it works, man. I mean, it's really very simple. So let's say I want to borrow $300,000, okay? And let's say right now the rate is 4%, 30-year fixed. Their cost is not 4%. Their cost might be 2%. So they make that spread. Here's where they make it. They're making an average of about,
well, they can't get 2%.
3%.
There's no way they can get a 2%. Whatever it is.
What do you mean there's no way they can get a 2%?
Who's going to loan money to them for 2%?
Well, what's the Fed trade at right now? 0.5%? 0.75%? I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
Well, the bank itself is going to.
Their average is right there, man. You do the math, that's what they're making.
I thought they just made the loan origination fee at 1%.
Well, that's fine. So they make the loan origination, but they're not getting the loan. They're getting, when someone gets 4%, they can actually get 3%. So they're making their 1% origination and another 1%. No, they're not buying it down. They're literally getting it 3%. The owner's getting the other 1%.
And then they hope they sell it. And they hope they sell the loan.
They do sell the loan because it's 4%. I wouldn't buy a 4%, but I'll tell you what, when we're up around 7%, shit, yeah, I'll buy some mortgages.
So they have a lot of room to move. They can actually move and still make a lot.
How do you think I got this? Listen, here's mine, literally.
Because the guy had no...
He did not. He basically gave it to me at cost.
Right.
He gave it to me at cost. That was it. He took whatever the true cost was, which was about $900. That was my appraisal and something else. My appraisal and something.
I thought you just hit the low.
And then he gave me the absolute bottom.
So Mark, that's still just to keep the doors open. That's 4 loans a day.
Yeah, but yours. Well, I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent.
That's just to keep the doors open.
At $12 million.
That's no. Yes.
I don't think you're right at the $12 million.
Okay.
I don't think they spend that.
No, here's 5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they spend a total of 12. I know they do TV. I know they do. I don't even think they spend 5 here.
Yeah, well, they do.
You're sure?
4.8.
Okay.
Now listen. Yeah, I talked to Tim about it. I mean,
well, someone there must have crunched the math because they got rid of so many people.
God Almighty! Oh my God! Because they do the same thing with 2 other clusters. So you figure they're going to be almost the same, although this is a little bigger.
And then as interest rates go up, they're going to make more.
2 other clusters at 3. That's 6, and 4 is 10, and then TV. I mean, I don't think it's that much of an exaggeration.
Well, okay, maybe it's not. So, okay, 4 loans a day. How many do you think QuickBooks does, or Quicken?
Oh my God. This is you.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Art of Granite, if you want countertops, artofgranite.net. If you remember that website, you'll love it, artofgranite.net. Mitch Fleury is the owner, and I mentioned Mitch because he's an immigrant who came to America 30 years ago with, well, actually not even 30 years ago, 2003 for goodness sakes, with $300 in his pocket. What a wonderful company. Here are the key marks, the key points. He doesn't charge a markup on the granite. It's wholesale to you, no matter where you buy it. You can use his account. He only charges for fabrication and installation, plus a small markup on cabinets direct from the manufacturer. The main point is he gives prices on the phone. So many people won't do that because they're afraid. He'll do it. He will quote you on the phone, and it'll be pretty close until you pick out the specifics at a showroom in Golden. So take a picture, take some measurements, give him a call. He'll tell you how to email, and you'll get a conversation going. The other thing, they're open 7 days a week. They serve the mountain communities as well as Denver Metro. So you got everything in one place. When you do the kitchen, they'll do the bathroom free at the same time. So how do you go wrong? You can't. Artofgranite.net. He's a great guy, great work, wonderful work. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. Okay, let's keep going and help you any way we can. Okay, Stacy. What's going on with you, Stacy?
They serve the mountains.
Stacy, can you turn the radio down so we don't get confused? Thanks.
Yes.
What's happening?
Okay, so my husband is in construction and has a work vehicle that is registered and insured. It actually broke down last week, and he was given a another work vehicle, and it ended up not having the sticker for the year on the license plate. 2 hours after picking up the vehicle, he got a ticket in Denver.
And this was not his vehicle.
No, this is a work vehicle.
All right. Hold on, Stacy. I hate to do this to you, but I really did neglect to go back to Debbie quickly, and I'm sorry. It was just an oversight. And I need to get back to her and finish up because we were... Okay, Debbie. So
Yeah.
when you quit your job and did all this and your mom died, it all comes down to what today? What is the problem we can help you with?
Here's the problem, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it, but I wanted you to have a little background.
Sure, I got it.
Because it's very intermingled, and there's a lot of people affected. Before she died, we took a 5-day trip to Colorado to stay in my apartment over Memorial Weekend of 2016, and an angry neighbor recorded me feeding her and yelling at her and called the police and reported.
Beating who?
My mother. I was feeding her chicken in my truck.
Feeding her. I thought you said beating. I'm sorry. Feeding her. Okay.
Feeding her and giving her water and Glucerna.
So why did they take tape of this?
Because she was starting to sundown. 4:30 here, 6:30 on Eastern time.
But why
right?
did they? I don't videotape people. Why did they videotape you?
Oh, because the guy, when we first got there, I went around the corner to get my pickup truck out of my garage, and the guy was standing in front of my pickup at 10:30 at night, and I asked him to leave. And he said, "Do you own the place?" I said, "No, but this is my parking space, and I'd like to get on my truck." I didn't have my phone with me. So he said, "Okay," and he just took off. I didn't see where he went. Turns out he was the neighbor. He recorded me, and my mother was biting me because she was sundowning, and I said...
She was sundowning?
Yeah, she was starting to get her effects of the nighttime from her dementia.
Oh, I've never heard of sundowning before.
Yeah, they start acting real wigged out.
Okay, but hold on. Your neighbor recorded you doing stuff. Where are we going with this?
They called the police and said that I left her in the car for 4 hours, and it wasn't true.
Okay, then what?
Zillions of EMS, SWAT team, and police come, take her out of the car, and they said, "How long did you leave her alone?" I said, "For 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I went in my apartment to get the wheelchair. We were going to get back on the bus, on the light rail, and go back to Florida that night."
What happened?
They took her away from me. They took her to Lutheran Hospital. They put her in a nursing home.
But right now she's dead, so I don't understand, and I don't mean to be crude, but she passed away, so I don't understand why that... What's the story?
When she had a state-appointed guardian, they didn't give her medicine. When I asked where her medicine was, I could tell she wasn't taking it.
But right now, what are we talking about today? She died in 2016. What are we talking about today?
I'm talking about the people that gave her care should never do this to another person in their life.
Okay. So you think their negligence contributed...
I know they are, because I saw the Medicare bills, and she was on 9 or 10 medicines, and she was only given 1, and then they added 1 back in 2 months later.
But what do you want to do about it right now? Did you complain to authorities?
They don't want to hear me because I got accused of something. I went down, I got a misdemeanor for yelling at her, and here these people didn't give her medicine.
Okay,
and they took advantage of her money.
I'm going to say something you don't want to hear. You can't prove it right now. You can't.
I've got paperwork, too.
That says what? That they did not give her medicine?
Yes, I've got the billing from Medicare that shows that they only billed for...
Hold on. It shows that they billed for more than they gave her?
No, they didn't give her medicine. She was on all these psych meds because she had dementia. When she went in, they gave her heart meds.
And by not giving her the dementia medicine, what do you think that did?
Didn't help her. We had her, she'd just been to the neurologist 2 months before, and he had her walking and not tremors or anything.
What do you want to just now, I need to know your goal. Right now, are you looking just to let people know about this particular facility?
I want them to know about the facility. I want them to know that I don't think that when people yell at their parents, you wouldn't expect to be swarmed by 20 or 30
I understand. It must have been way more than that for them to take that action. I wasn't there. Well,
go back through the police report, and the guy never really said it, but he alluded.
But are you okay, Debbie? This happened too long ago, though. I mean, to complain about an arrest this much after the fact.
Okay, well, what do I do? Because now I have to move out of that apartment, and that guy's going to be standing there laughing at me, and I got to move out.
Why do you have to move out now?
Well, am I going to keep paying $1,000 a month for storage and keep my stuff there? I'm a legal.
Oh, where are you now?
Florida. I can't live there with them next to me, recording everything I do and calling the police on
Debbie,
me.
there are a lot of issues here. Let's just break it down. First, you're upset with your neighbors and the fact that they recorded you and you got arrested. You need to put that away. There's nothing that can be done about that. That's over. And I do agree.
Even though it was erroneous?
Yeah. It's too late. I mean, you can't prove it. He has a tape. Okay? I mean...
Yes, it's cut up. And he said, I have a tape that's too long to send to you. And then when I heard it, it was a 2-second clip. So they chopped it all up.
I'd like to look at the tape. I'd like to call the neighbor and get the tape. Why? I'd just like to see. But, Debbie, we can't help you. Debbie, first of all, there's nothing you're going to do about your neighbor. It's too late. I don't know how to let people know this, except to say it's too late. It's water under the bridge. You can't go back in time and get revenge for this. Okay? It's the truth, Debbie. As much as you hate this guy for what he did, it's over. Now, as far as the treatment of your mom, okay, as far as her treatment, I need very specific stuff that I can see that they mistreated your mom to open up a case. Where is the facility located?
Christopher House on 38th and Ingalls.
Where?
Or J Street in Wheat Ridge.
In Wheat Ridge. Okay. We need to...
If you go through their medical records, you see...
No, I need your records. They're not going to give us medical records. So, here's what I need, Suzanne. It's this easy. She needs to send me the stuff that they were billing Medicaid for. And if a doctor says, oh my God, and then what she was supposed to get. What Debbie is alleging is that her mom, they withheld meds from her mom. You need, Debbie, someone to tell me what she was supposed to be taking. And then it's easy. We take what they have been giving her and what they did not give her. And if truly the doctor says, here's the best part. If the doctor says, if we have a doctor say, yes, she was deprived of medications, then what? Nothing. That's the problem. They'll get a slap on the wrist. But if you want us to look into it, if it was egregious and possibly ended her life sooner, I don't know. How old was she when she died? Debbie?
86.
86. So how much longer could she have lived? You understand, Debbie, you're jousting at windmills. This is not going to do you any good. Even if we proved right now that this nursing home deprived her of her meds and robbed her of a year or two of life, she's 84. If that happens, you understand there's not much that can be done about it at this time, because the time, but I mean this when I tell you this. If you truly have a list of what they billed compared to what a doctor says was prescribed, not what you think she should have had, what was prescribed. If there is a big gap there, I will look into it. Even though Mark's shaking his head and rolling his eyes, I will look into it, okay? While we're on this topic, I do want to bring up something serious about meds and stuff, and that is addiction. Addiction is a terrible, terrible disease. A lot of people think, no, it's not a disease, it's a behavior. Whatever, it doesn't matter what you think. I know one thing for sure, addiction can hurt people for sure, okay? And people most of them end up really in trouble or dead. What you need is information more than anything. If you have an addict in your life, don't sit back and think that miraculously one day they're just going to stop. It's not going to happen without some kind of help or intervention. Maybe you can be the help. If you have someone you love and you care for, why not just give Raleigh House a call, not to enroll them, not to get treatment. Here's what you need, information. This number is for information. All those questions you have. How do I know they have a problem? What do I say to them? How much does it cost? How long does it take? Does insurance cover it? What do you do at Raleigh House? What do they do at other places? The Raleigh House is not going to try any high-pressure sales or any sales tactics. They're going to answer your questions. If you want to see the Raleigh House, that's fine. But the purpose of this line is to give you information of all kinds. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
I don't know why now she's all of a sudden...
Because she thinks her neighbor who videotaped her is going to laugh at her when she moves out.
I know.
I mean, I've never heard of she's a nut.
But say, how many people, do you know how many people feel like she does about stuff? It's amazing.
No, but doing it just because someone's going to laugh at her, she thinks?
No, what I'm saying is, Dan, it's not that unheard of for people to act that way. I look at people and think, you know what? It just doesn't make sense.
And then she said her sister beat the shit out of her. She might have needed to shit beat out of her.
I needed to tune her up.
I'd love to see that videotape. You're not going to see it.
So here's some entertainment. I had
Mark,
a case last
why
week.
would they have all the police show up? I bet you it does show something.
I bet you it does too.
Do you know how what that would be like?
I had a case last week where the other side of the husband, and he didn't have an attorney, and they had just sold the house, and the title company gave him each half the money. He wanted wife to give him back some of that to make up for some things. One, she had a boob job. He wanted his money back. And this is the second case I've had where a guy wanted his money back
For the boob job?
For the boob job.
Lonnie, are you going to drink your water?
Nope.
Hey, that's only correct, though.
Because he doesn't get to touch it anymore.
The other one, this was priceless. This was a new one for me.
I love that.
He had
I tuned her up. Now I want my money back.
he had Achilles heel surgery last summer, and it didn't go very well, and he has to have another one. He wants her to pay for surgery last year.
Why? Because he's getting divorced.
Why? He wants her to pay for surgery last summer and the new surgery because his doctor told him that the stress from the divorce caused him to have Achilles heel surgery.
Hell yeah. So what do you couldn't argue anything.
First of all, he can have stem cell therapy for that Achilles.
I like how he wanted the
Well,
money
he would have
back for the
wanted her to
boob
pay
job.
for
Or
that.
could he have one day with the boobs per month?
Honestly, if you got your wife a boob job and then you got divorced, would you not want the boob job back?
Hey, you already got benefits. That's what I said. You already got benefits.
I'd want those actual implants. Give me those implants back.
And then she said, you know, the girl is kind of flat-chested, and I'm thinking, wow, you must not pay a lot or something.
Buy one, get one free.
I mean,
she got a Groupon.
She was still like a double A. And I said, or she goes, there's a whole long story behind, you know, and I'm like, well, what is the whole long story? She said, well, after I nursed, my nipples were inverted. And I'm like, well, that's a medical condition. Because obviously we didn't have any enhancement going on.
Now, who did you represent, husband or wife?
Pardon? I represented
The husband. She wanted the boob job refunded.
My client was wife.
What would you do if the husband, you did work for the husband and he wanted that? Would you at least say you nut?
I would tell him to go to hell. Yeah. That's like men. I've also had many clients that want their name back. Belongs to them.
Who?
Men clients.
Oh, that's actually, yeah, like if you were married to, you know, big-time football player or something. Does that ever work or no?
Turn off the sound.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. I know where this is going.
57000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
If you think you have a web presence but it's not generating sales and leads for you, you're doing your business a tremendous disservice. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and you can fix that problem with Get Found Fast, Denver's experts in online marketing. Get in touch with Get Found Fast today, and in 10 minutes, they can do a free audit of your website, tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and let you know if they can help you turn your web presence into a true business asset. Learn more at GetFoundFast.com. That's GetFoundFast.com. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39 by Fix-It 24/7. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived with upfront pricing before work begins. And you won't find anyone doing as much work for a lower price anywhere. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Hey, are you tired of the glare and heat from the sun streaming in through your windows? Hi, this is Ken Moon for Solux. That's the revolutionary smart window awning that will help protect your furniture, drapes, and woodwork from fading and deterioration. Using only solar power, your Solux awning will extend itself on sunny mornings and retract at night, all automatically. You can custom design your Solux awning to match any exterior decor.
You found out you want out. You'll pay child support for the rest of that child.
Yeah, but you'd already be, I mean, honestly, you'd already be connected to that child
Right.
regardless.
Well, you would think, yeah, unless you're very vengeful.
Yeah. No, but what I was saying is, female cheats, gets pregnant, okay, is have to keep
I didn't forget about Melvin.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, don't forget, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ for braces the right way, I call it, orthodontics, because if you are an adult, you don't want to be 5 or 6 years, and you won't be. I'm going to say this quickly. With this system, you will have, with Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, you will have mouthpieces you wear over a period of 2 years, mouthpieces, and they widen your palate, which allows your teeth to straighten and drop, and cures TMJ and helps you with sleep apnea. Then you wear Invisalign braces. The whole thing, without surgeries or extractions, he guarantees you can get this all done for 2 years, in 2 years, for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost for normal orthodontics, and for, especially for cosmetic surgery, because veneers can cost you $50,000 and $60,000. This is a few grand. Well, in 2 years you're done. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100. It's Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. It's called the New Orthodontics. 303-690-0100. Melvin wants to be an owner-operator. So, Melvin, you got 2 things you need to worry about, okay? The actual truck itself and the best truck for you. Here's the good news about big rigs. You don't have lemons, okay? Now, if you're buying used, of course, you can find plenty of lemons. But the good news is most of the rigs use all of the same kind of stuff. The Allisons or transmissions, the Detroit diesel or the Cummins big engines, right? Now, once you decide product, then you have product, price, and service. Along with price comes procedure, okay? That is where you can get ripped off. And I recommend you keep each of them separate. So first, identify the product. Don't let people talk you into product. What product do you want?
I like Kenworth.
What?
I like Kenworth.
Oh, Kenworth. Okay, and that has the engine in it. Is I'm trying to think which one is it. I don't know what they use now.
ICS or ISX, something like that. Cummins.
Okay, and it's the 500 horse or 600.
It could be 500.
Okay, with turbo.
Yeah.
Are you looking for used?
I'm probably going to have to start out with used, but I don't want to go below.
I'm going to, and you're going to use just the tractor. You're going to buy just the tractor, right? Obviously. Yes. Okay, good. Because some people buy flatbeds and stuff and just and think they know what they want. I always recommend you buy just the tractor. What were you going to say, Mark?
Penske. If you hit their website, just type in Penske big rigs. They have a lot of exactly what he's describing. Used ones for sale. They're reputable, and then they've got a good financing back end if he qualifies.
Yeah, but there's another truck dealer in town that's been around for years. I'm trying to think of his name. He now sells Volvos, and
here's like a 2015 Freightliner, $100,000, 38,000 miles.
Yeah, do you know what you want to spend? And I would only deal with reputable dealers, of course, in town. You got to be very careful not to get screwed, especially on the internet. I mean, I'm hoping that you truly looked at this. Okay, as far as locally, you're going to go local, right?
Yes.
Okay, and most of the guys in town, I mean, you have some really good places to go, okay? That if you stick with the big dealers, you know, I don't know if Stewart and Stevenson does sales. I know that
they repair motors, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do sales. But they know people. That's the thing. Because they do such a great job with service, they know who, you know, if they got, for example, if they get a lot of trucks in there, or guys calling with trucks that they purchased from particular dealers, it's going to give you a good idea. So I would check. Service people really know, you know, good trucks. And I remember I talked to them once about something I was buying. It was along this line for another business at another time. I talked to them, and they said, well, we always see a lot of this from so-and-so. And I knew, okay. And then I'd say, and they say, but we hardly ever hear from this place. And when they bring it in for service, they love it. Because the guys who bring their trucks in and stuff, they talk about it. Then I went to another, what is that big on I-25 north of Denver, way north? It's, is it Intrawest? I'm trying to think of the name. The big truck and RV.
Freightliner on 76.
No,
Brighton.
No, it was something north on I-25. Anyway, what I'm getting at, I thought it sounds like Intrawest or something. It's not, though.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Here's what you want to do.
Transwest.
Transwest, yes. So check with dealers. Now they sell, so you got to be careful because they do service and sales. And if you stay with the major dealers, you're not going to have a major problem. But you stay away from leasing used. Leasing used is bad, okay? Leasing new is good. Leasing used is not a great idea because it just doesn't make mathematical sense. Okay?
What's the difference in leasing and buying?
Okay, if you lease a new one and leftover new, you could get a good deal. Here's the thing about leasing. You are only financing the part you're using. Really, the depreciation. They try to predefine what you're using. If you say, I'm going to use this new truck for $25,000, I'm just picking a number, it may not even be real, for $25,000 or $50,000 a year, and I'm going to do it for 3 years. Then they look forward in time, and they say, how much is this truck going to be worth in 3 years if he has 150,000 miles on it? They take that price, and what you're going to finance is the difference. Only the part you used. If you took an apple and you ate half of it, you would pay only for the half you ate, and you would hand back the half apple when you're done, and you pay fees. Leasing is not a bad idea if you lease properly. Many people, because they have lower payments, they tend to buy more in a lease and they let it get packed with junk. So when people lease cars, they get into trouble, or lease trucks, only because they pad them too much. They junk them up. You still have to be price conscious, and you have to really be careful what you buy. So if you stick to the main dealers, and you talk to the service people about which ones they like, and then you don't lease a used because the depreciation is already gone. And Melvin, I'm going to give you an email off the air, and when you find a deal, because I don't want you to get ripped, I have people that will help look at it for you. Hold on. He sounds like a great guy. I don't want him to get ripped, so I'm going to give him an email, a private email off the air. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. KH Windows, my company for windows, the original company on the referral list for replacement windows. What you'll get with K&H is not only heritage, a company that's 60 years old, but you'll get really knowledgeable people who look to deals. And they really do what it takes to get your business, to earn your business. Call for an appointment or go on their website, 303-421-7100. Windows, doors, siding. It improves your house's beauty, durability, energy efficiency, and value. KHWindows.com. You won't go wrong with them. They will negotiate with you to get everything done in one comfortable job, and they don't extend it over months and months. They're very efficient. You will love the way they do business, and most of all, the way they stand behind their work. I had windows done on my home, and they came back some 15 years later to just replace some seals. 303-421-7100, and that's KHWindows.com, KHWindows.com.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning.
The highway drive in the metro area.
Bonnie, you watch the Grammys?
No,
did you watch the Grammys?
I did not watch the
Grammys. It bored me this year.
So
I was
Mark
not.
just brought something up that is the lowest rating ever.
I'm sick of the political comments.
That's what they
I don't
said.
want to hear it one way
Not
or the other.
just that.
That's
Not just
exactly
that.
what they said.
But I'll tell you, it's just.
If you can, just avoid that area for now.
I don't like a lot of the shows, the award shows are going downhill. It wasn't entertaining to me, except Bruno Mars. He rocks. I love Bruno Mars. The guy is talented. Holy shit.
I probably should have recorded it, just skipped to the performances and called it a day. I watch Academy Awards every year. I try to see all movies nominated for the Best Picture. This year, I know it's just going to be full of a bunch of crappy people standing up giving me their
Jesus
opinion.
Christ, I'm so tired of them. Why do people feel obligated to mention how the world is near its end?
Yes.
And well, honest to God, everyone in Hollywood and in music and in entertainment and blacks saying we have to get our rights back. Would someone tell me in the entertainment business, that a privileged guy doing hip hop making millions of dollars a year, what rights have been taken away? What rights?
Let's ask Jay-Z.
Not only that, black unemployment has been the lowest it ever
But
has.
why? Why is there this sentiment that women and minorities are now suffering? What the fuck are they suffering right now? What's different? There's nothing different. No, there is nothing different right now. Is our country, they say, you know, the state of our nation, they're saying the state of our country, oh my God, we're dying, and are they looking around? People have never been more employed, making more money ever in a million years. I don't understand. So someone tell me why we're being told that our country is on the brink of disaster.
Some of us don't
and
listen
society sucks. Well, you listen to CNN.
I don't listen to
What
CNN.
email did you want me to get, Melvin?
Makes me puke, Tom.
It's 100.
Tom, it's my personal not to give it out.
How the media could be
I will
180 degrees
look at
opposite
deals
each
and tell
other.
her
I have no idea. I've never even. This is how bad I don't know.
And
I've
tell
never
him
heard of
to
Bruno
listen to these comments coming
You
up.
know
here.
the song.
I probably would. You probably would. You know.
What?
Bruno Mars.
Oh God, dude!
I don't
I
know.
want to be a billionaire so fucking bad. That one, or I should have bought you flowers. He has a million songs. The guy, oh my God! Look at a video.
No, I see.
He's not
political, though.
Oh, not at all.
No, I didn't say. I just looked at his picture and.
Like Michael Jackson, man.
He wasn't political.
No, I
Oh, he
mean,
wasn't.
Bruno Mars is that talented with the
He liked little white kids, but I mean, other than that, he's
He
not
is so
political.
talented.
I knew that was coming.
Who was the one he really liked? Macaulay Culkin.
Didn't we just do
Home Alone? You know, what guy in his
really
30s
was
has
alone.
sleepovers with Macaulay Culkin? I
He
mean,
wanted to be
Home Alone.
alone.
That's right.
JD Power Awards for client satisfaction.
Hi, Macaulay, you want to come spend the night with me? Just beat it.
Oh, Mark.
What went down?
Mark,
What went down?
why is it
Dreamland, or
Mark,
whatever,
whether
Wonderland.
you like it or not, your boy does not make it with
odor-free and all those remote
does not make it with anybody in the media or in entertainment at
Who
all.
cares?
But they control the mood of the country. No, the U.S. Okay.
Then why is he in office?
Yes.
Why is he in office then?
When he had the
He'll
Hollywood
never get
against
reelected.
them.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Just
look.
like he'll never get elected.
He'll never get reelected. I'll
I
bet
don't
you
know.
so much.
Here's the problem. I would win once again.
Let's do it then. Let's bet this time.
I want in on
As
this
we
bet.
get closer.
You think he is, or he's not going to get
So
elected?
Trump has a, I don't think he's, there's no way.
No way.
Oh, he'll definitely get reelected.
No, Mark,
You realize how different the country is going to be in another 4 months? More stuff will be done than it ever has
Mark,
been in
I
30
was
years.
up with a bunch of liberals that did that. You know what they said? This is all stuff Obama put in motion. It's not Trump.
Well, wait till the FBI documents come out in the next day.
And Trump didn't get any. He hasn't passed any legislation.
But the government.
It's the largest tax reform in the fucking...
Since
I'm just quoting CNN.
But Tom, that's exactly how you look at media.
How you
Can
watch
be any
CNN.
kind of accuracy when they're 180 degrees opposite.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
watching Fox when
I
the
know.
Clintons were in office. None of it was real either.
Mark.
No, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they were
When
pretty
Obama in
bad.
office.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz. Centeno Schultz, the original clinic in the country to do stem cell therapy. We are so privileged to have them right here in Broomfield, and they do real living stem cells. Just say it right out. If these chiropractors that are out there trying to do stem cells with nurses, without guidance, without true living stem cells, they have fluids shipped in. It is not living stem cell. If you want living stem cells, Centeno Schultz, they harvest from your blood, your bone marrow, and it's the only way to get them right on the spot to deliver back to you the right way for shoulders, hips, backs, ACL tears. Think about that without surgery. They have 14,000 patients satisfied in their data bank that they've treated. 303-963-9201. Don't go any further. Centeno Schultz, 303-963-9201. And look for him on my referral list at referralist.com, Centeno Schultz. Okay, so Kevin has a comment on the guy buying a truck, and I'm hoping he's still listening. I gave him an email he can call to get help with. Again, it's price. He has to look at the product itself, then the price, and then the service. Product, price, and service. And with the price, he has to look at the proper procedure and dealer. Kevin, what do you have to say?
Hey, Tom, his best bet is if he goes to one of these big reputable companies as an owner-operator and get a haul contract, that'll make it a lot easier for him to get financing through these dealers.
Oh, he gets the contract first.
Yeah, and then
That's
these
smart.
companies are great. They take care of all your permitting. They give you a CompCheck fuel card. They take that out of your settlement.
Wow.
Once a month.
Wow.
Yeah, so once a month, when you get your check, that's deducted already your fuel expenses and your permit costs and all that, and insurance. You get insurance through these big companies.
How do you know all this? How do you know all this?
I did that years ago. I still drive, but it's local. But if he tries to go on his own, you'll never collect from these brokers. It'll be a nightmare.
Okay, no, we were talking about just buying a truck, but you're saying even buying a truck, they'll help you.
Yeah, just have a haul contract. Go to these dealers, and these late model, fairly new trucks that these dealers bring in on trades from these big fleets. They're in really good shape. They're well maintained. I mean, it's a new one's going to cost you about $150. A good used one's going to cost you around maybe $60.
Wait a minute, you can get a new one for $150?
Yeah, a new tractor. Yeah, a semi-tractor.
Really?
That's
good, because if you lease that, you can have affordable payments. I'm talking about business now, folks. If you're thinking $150, I'm saying for an investment like that, that's not bad.
No, and on even on one of those, you're going to bang out 150, 200,000 miles a year on those things. So
wow.
But if he gets a haul contract with a reputable company, goes to a dealership with 5 or 6 or 7,000.
All right, thank you, Stacy. By the way, Stacy, we have not forgotten about you. I promise. I've been trying to get a hold of Joseph Lazara. Hold on, we'll come back to you. Okay, Stacy. I hope you're listening. We will not forget about you. Hold on, 303-713-TALK. I've known the owner of Fix It 24.
More than 30 years, and I can tell you he's dedicated to the very best service at the very best.
Saying to go get his contract first with the company and stuff that he can haul.
Oh yeah.
So they know they have direct income coming in.
Definitely. And you can get them in your home for just $39 to diagnose any problem you have. You know it won't cost you more than $39 to get a complete, honest estimate of all the work needed.
So they were interviewed on Fox, a senator that said Obama was trying to get 25% corporate tax in, but they thought the 21% that Trump did was egregious. And he goes, so what part between 25 and 21% becomes egregious and stuff for corporate income tax? They could answer.
720-526-3939.
Well, I don't know what to say, man. I'd say the same thing to Tom. Just like last time, there was no way he'd win. Of course he's going to win. People are going to, first of all, everybody's going to start seeing it different in their paychecks any minute.
If they get immigration passed, and it is what most people want.
Yeah. Well, most of the country wants them. Most of the country wants a border law, or they want at least people not to be able to sneak in.
Like if they want E-Verify.
E-Verify puts an end to half of them.
Yes.
Problems, not the drug issue.
They want the family chain to be broken. Yeah. What do you call that?
In the lottery.
The lottery's definitely going away.
But the family chain, I mean, come on. If you've got a kid over here, a dreamer, and his parents are here that brought him over, they should be able to stay too.
No, what it's going to be stay, they can stay, but they have to go to the normal citizenship to get in. But they could probably get a work visa instead of stay.
I like the idea of giving them a path to citizenship. 10, 12 years is perfect. Right. Or if they join the military, 4 years, I say give it to them.
Government surveillance on the Trump campaign. Fox's Jared Helper, live on Capitol Hill.
The Department of House Intelligence Committee Republicans not to publicly release this 4-page memo drafted by GOP lawmakers outlining what they allege is abuse of FISA warrants. The Intel Committee could vote later today, however, to release...
Wait till this
Mark,
goes
you're
up.
right. Our flight is at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
We're gonna be getting into bed at
Were you guys flying out of
7:30.
Colorado Springs? Or you flying out?
No, he would never fly out of the Springs.
Really? Springs, you said, is nice. That's a nice little airport.
You're crazy.
We're gonna be getting
I
up like
love
at
flying out of the
3:30.
Springs.
I do too.
Hardly ever do I
Just
get to
giving
do it.
our best friends a hard time about flying out of the Springs.
Oh,
to
it's
Vegas.
a nice
It's
little
awesome.
airport.
Well, they didn't land till midnight, remember?
You can park easy.
Usually it's more expensive.
It used to be great when what was the name of that one company that used to be down there?
Okay, this is what Tom
Then
says.
they came to Denver.
Yes, get
and they
updated
couldn't
tags
compete
and that
with
goes
Bolt.
away. Have Tom do live. He doesn't like talk.
It was so
I
cheap.
haven't gone down there in a while, but it was so easy to
Oh,
park and stuff.
absolutely. Parking's free, I think, isn't it?
I think it was.
Don't even work them in there.
I love this. It was brand new. It was almost the same time DIA.
We just said Kurt Warner.
That's what I one joke. Remember, he says, "What's the difference between the White House lawn and DIA?" You could land a plane on the White House lawn. Because remember when they landed a plane on the White, it was the same time DIA was getting,
Delayed.
Still, Select Quote got him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under.
Remember the baggage system?
Man,
God almighty.
Oh,
Family
yeah.
security, another minute. Get your free quote now. Just call
Peter Boyle was all he
694.
His what?
CIA, he was against it from the beginning.
Well, I think it's a
Every
good
time
thing.
there was a problem, he was on it. Oh, it's such a beautiful airport. Stapleton would have never.
No, never. But I do think Pena made a lot of his friends rich.
Did he?
Whatever happened to Federico Pena?
Well, I think he's still around, isn't he?
Gosh, I don't know.
I think he does some stuff with them.
I walked into shit. I bought 88th and Welby before that. It was way up north. And that just changed that entire scope of property.
Oh,
I sold it right away after that because it went way up in value.
I do think, you're right, DIA never could have, Stapleton, holy cow. Would have kept Denver from growing.
This is one of the best steakhouses. It's kind of undercover in Vegas.
Well, that's the one that you said is good, but yes, half the price.
They're all from Hawaii. They're all Hawaiians that own it.
What's the name of it?
It's in the California casino, and it's called Redwood Steakhouse.
It's California casino. One of California. I can see California saying, "Hey, we want some money
It's
for
all,
using our name."
it's all owned by Hawaiians. It's so good. Their French onion soup is to die for. There's so much cheese.
It's like a bowl of cheese.
It's so good. Listen to this: smoked cheddar cheese, buttermilk, blue cheese, and bacon is their mac and cheese.
Wow. What is it? Gouda and what?
It is. This is their mac and cheese: smoked cheddar cheese, buttermilk, blue cheese, and bacon.
I'm not sure about the blue.
You gotta like blue cheese. I mean, people either hate it or like blue cheese.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if I'd want a lump of it. Yeah,
How
I
about
don't know.
jumbo lump king crab meat, asparagus, and Barnese sauce?
In butter. In garlic butter.
But here, like their bone-in ribeye, $38. That same exact, we've been there 2 or 3 times. That same steak at Del Frisco's is $69. And this is just as good. It's a fine. We were going to go to Ramsey's, but I don't know. I'm gonna look real quick. I might make reservations in Brooklyn.
Your back taxes, if it's been years since you filed, these guys are the best. They're smart, they have a fantastic team of experts, and will understand your situation. Their name says it all. Larson.
I'll tell you, I've been making steaks like him now. I'll buy fillets and I'll cook them in the pan. They come out the best steaks. They're better than grilling. They're better than anything.
So you put them in a hot pan with what? Butter?
No oil. So you start out with oil. I prefer vegetable oil for this. You know, olive oil works too, but I like vegetable oil. So you get it hot to where the pan's smoking with the oil. You sear about 2 minutes on each side if you like it rare like I do. Then you sear the sides. Right as you flip it over the first time, you put in about a half a stick of butter, fresh garlic, and thyme. and you let that saute in there with the oil.
Cover it?
Then you're only cooking it for 3 minutes. You steer the hell out of it, it's so hot. Then you flip it over, and you continually dump butter on the first sear side into the steak, continually, with the garlic and everything else.
Splatter a lot?
Nope. Then one more flip over, just to get a little butter in there. Oh my God, it's so good. It's my favorite way to eat steak.
On 630 K-Now.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. This is the only show of its kind anywhere. I'm a consumer advocate. We fight for you, and we fight to make sure your rights are preserved. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. So let's talk about you. Bernadette wants to talk to Bonnie Shields, our divorce attorney today, divorce and family law. Stacy, her husband got a ticket in a vehicle that wasn't his. We're going to go to that. Takesha wants to talk about being a victim of fraud, and we're all about helping people like that. So stay tuned for a lot of exciting stuff. You know, we have recovered millions of dollars in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, and, of course, live on KHOW Radio. Fix It 24/7 for $39. We'll come to your home. A complete, knowledgeable tech will come to your home and will fix whatever it is. We'll find it and fix it if you want. But for $39, you get them there. And if you have the work done, 100% of that $39 is refunded. So you pay no call charge if you have the work done. And if you have the work done, you will never find anyone to do as much work for the same price. They are value conscious, and they are also impeccable when it comes to treating your home like their own. For $39, I know this company, Fix It 24/7. I know the owner, George. I've known him for years and years. You will love the way they do business. So get someone in your home, and you never have to worry about what it will cost. You know it's $39. $39. They roll a truck. They get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech to your home. They will go through and find the problem and give you a detailed report and tell you exactly what it will take to fix it, and they guarantee the price. And if you decide to have the work done, you don't have to even pay the $39, and they guarantee complete satisfaction. It's that easy. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. FixMyHome.com. Man, that's a great website, huh? FixMyHome.com. So welcome to the show. And Stacy, we talked to our attorney off the air, so we got some answers. Stacy, even though your husband got a ticket for a vehicle registration and he's not the owner, he is technically responsible for any vehicle he drives. So, when does he have to go to court?
He has to go to court in April, and he only had the vehicle for 3 hours.
Okay. Now, what Joe Lazara said, our attorney, Joseph A. Lazara, he does a lot of, traffic and DUI and criminal defense. Here's what he said. If you show that the plate, that it has been registered after that, as a result, and you bring proof, and you state that you're an employee, you had no knowledge of it, and that, he was only driving it for a couple hours, usually a judge will not enforce the ticket. What were you going to say, Suzanne?
So long as the tags are up to date by then.
Yeah, so if it's done, by the time he goes to, actually, even though he doesn't have to go in until April, you said?
Yeah, they already got the registration.
Good. I was going to say, yeah, you don't wait. If you show that it was done immediately, it's going to be really good. Now, he doesn't even have to wait if there's a place to answer by mail. He can try it by mail. He can send in saying, just state the facts. I was driving my employer's vehicle. They have since registered the car the very next day, and I asked that this not be counted against me because I was simply driving it as a worker. Now, if that doesn't work, then you show up. But you can try to do it beforehand if you want. Remember, this ticket doesn't show up on his record until it's adjudicated. So there is no hurry if you just want to wait and bring in the information and show the date that it was registered, okay?
Okay.
And then Joe Lazara said, most of the time the judges just forget about it. They don't enforce it for people who are, innocent victims like that. Bernadette, you have a question for Bonnie Shields, our our family law attorney today. Bernadette, what's going on?
Okay, so I'll try to make this as simple as I can.
Sure.
My husband and I are foster parents through Colorado Department of Human Services, always a county out for now.
Okay.
We're not strangers to this process. In 2014, we adopted 3 siblings, and we became friends with our caseworker, and this summer we were sought out for another possible adoption. And so at that point, we went ahead and went through the whole process of recertifying again. We've been through all of that. Her supervisor was actually the one who took care of the certification.
Yes.
We were told we were the only family that would be at placement for this baby. A little backstory there.
But it was as a foster parent, though, right?
As a foster parent, but
Okay.
the uniqueness of this is the biological mother, this is her 8th baby, and her 7 other children are in custody of the state and other foster homes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So,
all of her children are taken away, and she's still having babies.
She's still having babies. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah. Okay.
So we really prayed about this, and
Yeah.
3 other kids were brought in, the discussion, we said, yes, we want this baby. And the baby was the only way we would ever adopt again. We had our 3 kids. So anyway, so it was brought in, and so we actually met the biological mother.
Let's get to the hang-up right now. I hear, let's suffice it to say, you jumped through every hoop there was for the state. You've done this before. You're no stranger to it. You were told, do this. You are the only foster parents being considered. What happened?
Correct. The baby was born this weekend.
Yeah.
Our caseworker was on vacation. The GAL stepped in, and the mother, upon entering the hospital, even though she tested for ecstasy, said she decided no adoption. She met us. She chose us. Her attorney knows this.
Wait a minute. So she decided to keep the baby?
She did, but her testing proved she could not keep him. So.
Well, why? Why? People don't get their babies taken away just...
She's had 7 others taken away.
Wait,
and
hold
she
on.
failed a drug
No,
test.
but hold on. Was she under a case file right now? Was she being monitored?
Correct, yes.
Okay, well, that's different. Because if a normal mom goes in and she was using drugs, they don't just take her baby away. I mean...
That's correct.
Okay.
She's, I believe that she has lost visitation with 3 or 4 of her children.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm not saying she's mother of the year or should keep her child, but there's usually a process. But in this case, because she was already, she's already faced DNR, she was under observation, she failed the mandatory no drug thing, 0 tolerance. So therefore, when the baby was born, what happened?
So when the baby was born, because of her background, it was set that the baby would be removed.
And was the baby removed immediately?
I do not know as...
Where's the baby now?
The baby is in a different foster home with 3 of his siblings.
Oh, okay. So there's some logic to it. So the baby taken away with siblings in a foster home, but not the foster home you wanted.
Correct, but in a little, what I'm learning and why we were ever brought in is it was...
Why were you brought in? They actually called you?
Oh, yes, yeah. I mean, it was sought after. I mean, caseworkers are always looking for good families. This particular family, the older siblings, the closest older siblings, the 2- and 4-year-old, were removed from a previous foster home because there was a newborn. And they were removed because the therapist and the foster family felt that the baby, the newborn, was in potential danger because of aggressive behavior by these 2 siblings.
All right. So, Bernadette, let's cut to the chase. You want the baby, and you don't think it should be where he is. Or is it a he or she?
It's a he. We've been told by the department...
Were you planning on keeping the baby more than a foster home? You were going to convert this into a full-fledged adoption?
Yes. The mother was planning on relinquishing her rights.
Well, is the caseworker aware of this? Your caseworker? Well, why doesn't she step in? It's not too late.
She is. It's from what I see, it's a department divided. She's got coworkers against her, and she
okay. So let's put it this way: there's no one against you per se, like as a person. Obviously, you must be a wonderful step family, right? I mean, is anyone actually against you, out to get you for some reason?
I don't believe me. I think it's my caseworker.
They don't like your caseworker.
Correct.
Okay, but you don't have a bad rep with the social services. Okay.
No.
Now, why do you think they have a Jones for your caseworker?
To be completely honest with you, I think there are religious differences in social. I don't know.
Just come right out and say it. I mean, we're on the radio. No one knows who you are.
Our biggest concern with this baby was that it was going to be a late-term abortion, and so I'm not sure I don't know if the other caseworkers have different standings on life issues.
But Bernadette, I still don't understand what you're saying. Are you saying that your caseworker fought like hell to keep this baby from being aborted, and you think the other caseworkers don't like the fact that she's very staunch about it, and then you are too? And she called you because she shares the same values with you?
Yes.
And they think it's like a little, Christian clique or something?
I think that's...
Well, you said you prayed about it. I mean, it could have been...
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that it's like, well, we're not going to let, this has nothing to do with religion. That baby shouldn't be with them just because they think they're better.
Well, they're taking the ground now that he needs to be with siblings, which I'll be honest, our very first conversation was, of course he needs to be with siblings. We have a sibling group of 3. We stand by that. But it was unsafe in this caseworkers through the therapist, through the department.
If independent people say it's better for him to be in that home, is it a caring, loving home?
I can't say. I mean, I would assume yes, since they're certified foster care.
Okay. So
we're just emotional.
I don't blame you.
We've had this.
And right now is a critical time. Right now is a critical time.
Yeah.
Does your caseworker have any pull at work?
Oh yes. I mean, she's over 15, 16 years there.
Okay, well, is she advocating for you right now?
Yes.
My biggest question: what do you need from Bonnie? What do you need?
Is there anything we can be doing? We've been told that we have no standing in the court. I have a friend who's told me that I could. I'm trying to get a case number.
Let's take one thing at a time. Okay. Bonnie Shields is an attorney at law who does family law. Now, Bonnie, she doesn't do adoption, but Bonnie, a quick question. Let's just talk about standing. I kind of agree she does not have a standing. They are just independent foster parents who a social worker happened to call.
Right. I don't see any standing at all.
Okay.
What if the biological mom wanted the baby to go to them? Would that, even though the mom is a derelict in her duty, can she have any sway?
Tom, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if she does.
Okay, hold on a second. We'll come back and see if we can get some ideas, and I'll take other calls. We have a line open. You can get right through 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And what am I doing now? I'm done? Okay. I want to tell you about Frank Duran, the real estate man. The absolute best choice you can make if you're looking to buy or sell real estate. You heard what I said. The absolute best choice you can make, bar none. Frank proactively involves himself in the sales. He doesn't just list a home and have it clean, by the way, and have it staged and have it completely ready for show and market to the multiple sources with video and stills and information. He also does outbound marketing where he goes out and pursues people who have asked about houses like that in the past. He keeps a database, and he goes out and looks at other open houses which may have similar people with similar tastes. He looks everywhere, and he also helps you if you want to buy. You won't do better. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Trouble's on the turnpike as the lunch hour gets underway. Got a jackknife.
There's one adopt too, but if they're just strictly foster, I bet they get that child over to her.
Wait a minute, that's a good point. That's a good point. She can mention she wants to adopt them.
Yeah, I mean, somebody needs to know that.
But why would she get precedent over other people who adopt?
Well, I'm just saying if the current foster parents are interested in adoption, they're probably going to want to get that baby to a long-term home.
Right.
I would hope.
You would sure think adoption would want to be first in line.
Exactly.
Especially with siblings.
But I see why they placed it with siblings.
Right. But she has siblings too.
Well, she has a different set of siblings, not these, not.
Oh, I thought she had the other 3 siblings.
Maybe I misunderstood.
Mark, how did you see it? I thought she.
I know she
this
had.
was her seventh kid. I thought 3 were in the one foster, other fosters,
Oh.
and the 3 were adopted by her.
That could be.
Is that the way you understood it?
No.
So she just has 3 siblings from a total different mother.
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So I have,
It just pisses me off these women popping out babies like that.
oh, man.
And if she's using drugs during the pregnancy, so you may have a bunch of unhealthy kids too. You're gonna have lifelong problems because of what she was using.
Can the court force someone to have a? Yeah.
No.
Not under any circumstance.
I
I
do
don't
think,
think so.
just like I think second-time rapists should
Now, it would be
castrated.
Remember, it's HOW has just shot at $1,000. Huge. Just listen to win $1,000 weekdays.
He's pretty good.
It's just so funny. These boys, even these voices, it's just they're so off the wall and stuff.
I can do all kinds of stuff.
Afternoons 4 to 7. East Coast is under a foot of snow and sub-zero temperatures. Dang, that global warming is really weird.
See, this
they
is
can actually use it cooling, I guess. Join me Monday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
How wonderful.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Looking for anyone to do anything on any garage door? One Clear Choice. Anything. And they're great to call if you have a broken spring, can't open the door, you don't know what to do. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. New openers for $333 installed with Wi-Fi compatibility, time to close feature, and the smartphone app. Love them. And the company is second to none when it comes to garage doors. Any part of the garage door itself or the garage door opener. I had my doors done by them several times over the years, 6 times at least. 6 garage doors. 303-565-6409. 303-565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay. Now, Bonnie Shields, attorney at law here, brought up something that I think is smart, and that is, Bernadette, even though you don't have a legal standing in this, you were sought out by the caseworker, and you did get certified, and here's the deal. If you let them know you want this as an adoption, almost assuredly an adoption with foster care, they have, the courts really, judges especially, look for the long-term solutions, and unless this other family wants to adopt all of them, you may have a better chance than you think. Now, do you think the other family is eventually going to adopt all of them?
They do. Yeah, they are wanting to. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and they know that about us. Ultimately,
well, then that would be
what this comes down to is really we were set for this baby until the other coworkers, the other caseworkers intervened in our caseworker's absence, and I really feel we're being discriminated.
Do you think if your caseworker was not missing, was there, you think it would have happened differently?
Absolutely.
Why? Okay, go ahead.
Is there a supervisor, somebody over her that you can talk to?
There is, and this is the other perfect storm. She was out of the office, and the supervisor knows us also from our very, 2014. She is the one who actually, because they've been swamped, she certified us. She was out of the office that day, and I mean, it was really a perfect storm. They went over her head. They went over both of them.
When you say that day, you mean the day she was born?
The baby, the day the baby.
It was Sunday, you said.
Well, she was induced on Thursday at some point, so I don't know if he was born Thursday or Friday.
Oh, I thought you said Sunday. I'm sorry. Okay, so baby's born, and your caseworker, and I assume the supervisor, will be advocating for you, but let me just tell you from an objective point of view. Now, I heard your heart. It's hard to do, but I'm going to. From an objective point of view, if there was a loving family who already took the 3 siblings and want to take the other one, and they want to make it an adoption eventually to keep this family together, I'd say that is where my leanings would be from a totally objective point of view. Now, I don't know anything about the past as far as you're afraid. There's danger because of one of the siblings.
Yes, and that's so.
But they're babies. I mean, they're kids, so that could have gone away. I mean, if that baby showed those
this
tendencies.
Is all within months because they haven't been in the system more than a year. Once you're in the system for a year.
So one of those kids, what did they do? Tell me the violence.
I don't know that. That's not within my,
And you want to at least
knowledge.
be able to go to court and say, Your Honor, this happened and blah, 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 and we think this, and you want to have some standing to bring it out. Your caseworker can bring that out. Your caseworker can say, Your Honor, this baby is placed here, but they had problems with the other child. The other child that was placed there that's having problems, are you suggesting that they take the other 2 siblings away?
No, and I can say as a foster parent my kids were 1, 3, and 6 when I brought them in as a sibling group. There's a lot of baggage that goes with that from a bad background. You need full attention to those kids. They need to attach. They need that constant bringing in a newborn, which is my caseworker's concern, in addition to, I believe, the concern for safety. It detracts from what you're working on and nurturing with those other kids that they are.
I know, but what reason, let's look at it this way quickly and I'll move on. What reason would they have not to put them in that other home? It would tell me, what reason?
It would be based on the ground of my caseworker's 16 years of experience saying that with her and the therapist, it was not a good placement because of the safety of a potential of the newborn. That would be the one reason I know.
Okay.
I'm not a social worker. I don't want her to. She doesn't have to disclose any of that to me.
Right.
She didn't like.
You sound very sensible.
Hey.
Listen, you sound sensible and caring, and you said you had the key before. You were praying about it. I'd continue. That's going to be your best source of power and influence. I don't know what to say. This is a terrible mess, and I know you had your heart set on it. This is terrible. We're not talking about a puppy. We're talking about a live baby you are going to commit your life to. This is terrible. And Bonnie says you have to simply make yourself known to that caseworker. That's your only in. You don't have a legal standing, technically. Now, can you ask, as a friend of the court, can you ask the judge to let you in? Can you request that? Is there any harm to it?
I don't know there'd be any harm, but I don't think there's...
If there's no legal standing, he can't do it.
There's no legal standing,
He can't. Okay. Michael, what's going on, sir? Michael?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
What's happening?
Yes, I have an issue with a divorce and a maintenance order that seems to be being manipulated by a case manager in Virginia.
Okay. Now, what case manager? For the children?
Yes, I pay both. I've been paying for 5 years since I was divorced, child support and maintenance, and I've been paying them separately. And
tell me what you think is happening, just straight out in straight English. You think the child support agency out in Virginia is doing what? Is falsifying records?
The case manager sent me a request, or it's a form that they send to my employer to change a garnishment, and as of September 20.
Why are they doing it? Let's just get right to that. Why are they doing it?
Well, I don't know. I think because they're trying to give my ex-wife as much money as they can, because as of September, I was supposed to be paying $550.
How many kids?
This is 3 kids.
Okay, there are 3 kids, and you were paying how much?
Originally, my maintenance was $1,100, and I paid that for 5 years.
Okay, and then what?
And then as of September 2017, it was supposed to drop to $550, and this is separate.
Why was it supposed to drop to $550?
That's what we agreed on in the divorce.
Well, it doesn't have any... Oh, well, it might in Virginia. I don't know. In Colorado, it's a formula.
Are you talking about maintenance or child support was supposed to drop?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm talking about the maintenance was supposed to drop. The child support I've been paying separately.
Okay, I got you. Now, so did the Child Support Enforcement Agency in Virginia ask for an increase in child support or an increase in maintenance? They shouldn't get involved in maintenance. What did they do?
When I contacted them...
Just tell me what they did, please. Just tell me what they did. You said that they're asking for more money. Where?
Well, they didn't, it was supposed to drop to half, and they did not.
No, you're mixing them up. The 1,100 is not maintenance, it's child support, right?
No, it is maintenance.
Then why are we even talking about it? The Child Support Enforcement Agency doesn't control maintenance.
Yes, they do. I don't know how, but they're controlling both. And
no, well, hold on. So child support is separate completely. How much are you paying in maintenance right now?
$1,100.
Okay, maintenance, not child support. And if you agreed to have it go down to $550, that agency has no right to change it whatsoever. So, Bonnie, I mean, obviously this is another state, but have you ever heard of an enforcement agency, unless she is the one reopening it? Is she the one?
I'm terribly confused. Now, in Colorado, child support enforcement...
No, this is not... This, okay.
No, I'm saying they can enforce both of those. And
they enforce them, they collect.
They can change child support, but they can't change maintenance.
Right.
So did they go through some court action to... Or do they have a copy of the document telling them that the maintenance was supposed to drop?
Yeah, they have a copy of everything. When we got divorced in Colorado, she moved to Virginia. And since she moved there, I've been paying child support. And I pay that...
Well, hold on. Colorado might
Wait a minute.
still be...
Is the order for support and maintenance still a Colorado order, or is it now a Virginia order?
That's where it gets confusing, because the child support I pay to Virginia, where she lives and the kids live. The maintenance is garnished through Colorado, but it was the case manager in Virginia that made the order, sent the form.
What order?
It's an order saying that the $1,100 would be garnished from my paycheck
instead of the $550.
Right, and well, originally it was supposed to be $1,100, but in September it was supposed to change to $550.
I understand. You said that a million times, Michael. Here is the point. Listen carefully. In order for it to go outside of the agreement, the divorce petition, divorce decree, I mean, then somebody had to get a judge to change it. They don't. Child support and enforcement cannot change your maintenance agreement. Who changed it? Where is the court order?
It seems like they're just not willing to change it to the $550.
Right, I think they're not abiding by the court order. And it could be because you've got some low-level person that doesn't have the court order. That's my best guess.
Unless, did your former wife, did she petition for this?
No, she didn't, but the problem...
This guy totally, on his own, said, I'm going to make sure that this maintenance doesn't drop. That is not true whatsoever. Here's what happened. They heard that you were getting it dropped, and they don't understand it, because they don't have the divorce decree there or something. If your wife doesn't even care, how the hell can somebody in Virginia decide how much maintenance you're going to pay?
Well, she does care, but I actually hired an attorney, and he's working on it, but they've been...
It's a Colorado order. It's a Colorado divorce decree.
Right, but she's been misleading me. She sent me paperwork saying she was going to fix it, this case manager. She called me saying she was
Okay, listen. One question, just quickly. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I don't need to know all that. I need to know, was the divorce ever moved to Virginia? It wasn't, was it?
No. It was not.
Well, then you petition here. You say here to get that done. Bonnie, can you tell him how to do it? Hold on. Let's take this quick break. Sir, you need some help, okay? Because it's totally half-assed here. I don't even know how they got involved if it wasn't technically moved. The venue wasn't moved. Alaramis at Pro Auto Care, do you know they've been in business for 26 years? And damn near all of those were on the referral list. They have full service for cars, trucks, and fleets, Al. What do you have for our deal?
So here, Tom, everybody wants a deal.
Yes.
So Friday we did a deal with a timing belt. We got a handful of calls on that. We've done deals for free alignment checks. We've done oil changes. So probably the best deal right now is the full synthetics. The cars that need those.
Oh, yes.
For $49.95 on most full synthetics, doing the oil change. I'm going to make it one thing better for $49.95. I'm also going to rotate the tires, top the fluid, do the full inspection. We do all kinds of repairs and service and maintenance. We won't void your warranty. Our repairs come with 3 years, 36,000-mile warranty. That's fantastic.
You betcha it is. So we're talking $39.95? Is that what you said, Al? For all of that full service, listen to this, it's all synthetic. For those who have all synthetic. 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations. That's the phone number, 303 Pro Auto, near Evans and I-25, and near Bowles and Santa Fe, which is in Littleton area, just south near Arapahoe Community College on the east side there. That's Pro Auto, 303 Pro Auto, and the website to find more deals, 303proauto.com.
On the Fox Business Network.
Somebody down there is trying to get it straightened out, and he's just, I think, maybe not quite very patient.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. They're blocking. They're trying to keep the garbage the way it is.
I thought he was going to say they're going to raise child support the same amount they were going to decrease.
That would have been amazing.
Al just texted, it's $49.95, so I'm assuming you must have given something different if the deal was $49.95.
Well, Jesus Christ, I just said he's at 39, and he said yes.
Including its Green Mountain.
So I got to come back and say, no, it's 49 for the fucking handful he's got to do?
Soda giants, including Dr. Pepper.
What do I do? What do I do? I come back and say, add $10 to it.
I don't think I see anything.
Sparkling waters, coffees, and teas. What the Fox Business Report.
I specifically asked because I was half. It does more damage to change it. It just makes it. Do me a
Things changed. Teaching just
text them. It's more damage.
Text needed to become something else.
Mark's going to text.
What would your 12-year-old
Dear Al. No, for the results, take 15 of those 39. But just say, look, think about total.
Find out how you can make more and teach them
Radio
how to
station
make more.
always come together.
That's why I always said, so $39. What did he think when I asked him? So it's $39.95, and he said yes. He said yes.
Mike, eastbound 36 approaching McCaslin. There's a crash involving a jackknife semi and actually an ambulance as well. So 3 lanes of the highway are blocked. Traffic is getting by in the far left HOV lane. Backups all the way to Table Mesa at this time. So if you can't just avoid that stretch for now. The good news is that's about the only slow spot on the highway drive. Off the highway, both directions of Sheridan remain close between 41st and 44th for that water main break. Another water main break off highway on northbound Federal between 64th and 70th. The weather forecast, mostly sunny with a high near 56 today. Right now, cloudy and 50. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630
You must have
House.
stories you tell to your husband every night. This is what went on today.
Be prepared with it.
Sometimes.
I mean, the one that's
Clinical settings.
you got to shake your head and say, ouch.
Hi, this is Bill Lundquist with MonsterVac. For the past 20 years, MonsterVac has been cleaning dirty and contaminated air ducts in the homes of people across Colorado. Everyone knows that the dust that blows out of your air ducts is loaded with germs and allergens. Air duct dust makes it difficult to keep your home clean. MonsterVac is called because people want to clean the air in their homes. But with all the effort you make to clean the air in your home, did you ever think about the quality of air you are breathing at work? Did you know that the air ducts in the average commercial building are even dirtier and more contaminated than the air ducts in the home? Just like every other part of your workplace,
Okay,
the
so
air ducts need to be
they said up here where my title works at the county, all I have to do is go there.
Look up at the vents at
So
work.
I don't, what do I bring with me? They said everything's there in the title. You just go.
That just means you just go. You don't have to bring anything. Sometimes it can take a long time for the title work to get there. That's probably why they're telling you. I had one car, man.
But it's there. They said if I show up at the county, I get my place.
If it's there, did they tell you it was there? Yeah, then you just.
But I thought you got something through the mail or something.
No.
Okay. All right.
They send everything right to DSA. On new vehicles. Well, actually, on used ones too. Man, I had one that took like 4 months.
Just remember this, if you're doing home improvements and you're patient because he's busy, because he's honest and he's good, he does siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, kitchens, baths, basements, large and small additions, home improvements of all kinds, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. 303-679-8509. Takesha, listen, Michael. So let's tell Michael what to do. Takesha, I'm so sorry that you're waiting so long. I really want to try to help you on Michael. And we have a couple lines open, but Takesha's next. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you get your call in, I promise I have time to take it. 303-713-TALK. So, Michael, okay, let me summarize. You've been paying $1,100 in maintenance to your wife. It's supposed to drop to $500 something. This it was supposed to drop in September of 17. Now, right? But the person in Virginia decided on their own, out of the clear blue sky, they're not going to let it drop. They're going to continue it at $1,100. They violated the Colorado court decree, and they violated your wishes, and they violated your wife's issues. Why? I have no idea. But why has it taken you so long to react to this? Or have you been doing it since then?
I've been working on it since it was supposed to reduce to the 5.
Okay, why hasn't your attorney? You hired an attorney in Virginia?
No, this is in Colorado. So I hired one here because I work here, and
because the divorce is here. Unless they move venue, you can even refuse to let them move venue. It's here. She has to come here. So did you file a motion here to get the maintenance dropped to what it should be?
My attorney's been calling so far we've called the Virginia Child Enforcement and tried to get them to reduce it to what it was supposed to be reduced to, but they've given us a runaround.
You also need some retroactivity. You need to be credited for the extra. Bonnie, what would you do? He hired a Colorado attorney, and I swear to God, I don't know what that attorney's been doing since September.
Well,
September,
when did you hire the attorney, though? When did you get the attorney hired?
I hired him October after I saw
October, November, December, January. Come on. It doesn't take 4 months to do this. Michael, without even knowing your attorney, I'm going to tell you that is a disservice to you. How much have you paid so far in fees?
So I'm in the hole about $3,000.
This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to ask, who is your attorney? I'm going to ask straight up, who is it? I want to make sure I put him on my list not to call. Not that I'll need one, but what's his name?
Well, I don't really
want to complain. Okay, so
still working on the case.
All right. Well, then why are you calling us? Seriously, I mean that in a serious note. Why are you calling us? If you're paying an attorney $3,000 who sat on his ass for 4 months, what do you want us to do?
Well, no, I haven't paid him $3,000. I'm in the hole on the maintenance.
Oh, good. What have you paid? What does he want for what he's done so far? I take that back about him.
Well, I gave him $450 down payment to help me with the case so far.
Listen, Michael, I want to help you.
Him and misleading him, and he's been trying to work.
He has to file a motion with the court in Colorado. There is no calling. They have to follow court orders.
Well, he contacted her attorney, and she's the one that wrote the original maintenance order for the garnishment, which I'm worried about that because I don't want to get dragged back into court over something the judge already made a decision on.
Okay, you don't want to have to file another motion.
Correct. I want it just to be fixed administratively.
I see what you're saying, Michael. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. Bonnie, what would you do? I know it's not totally fair because you're looking at this now, 2020. What would you do now?
Well, I would at first absolutely just try to straighten it out administratively. That's what should be done.
Well, they've tried. They can't.
If a lot of effort has been made there, and truly the people down there are still dragging their feet, I think you could go through Colorado and get some sort of a court order, asking the court to order them to make it an appropriate garnishment.
I think, and I'm serious when I say this, I want our people who listen to this case to call Virginia and say it was on the radio and that this guy is being treated unjustly. But I don't want to screw anything up. I don't think it will. They still have to follow. Look, you have a divorce decree. that says $1,100 down to $550, and they refused. They flatly have not done it. And it is a Colorado decree, and you are paying more than you should, and they refuse. Do they ever say, yes, we will do it, and then don't? Or what do they do? Do they just ignore him?
No, this lady, this case manager, called me, said she was going to fix it. She sent me the form showing that...
Who is the case manager? And did you have to send him a copy of your divorce decree?
Yeah, she got that.
Who is she? I need to know the woman's name.
It's Mrs. Crawley.
Crawley, okay. And what is her direct line? Maybe we should... Listen, if you're willing to give us the direct line off the air, I want Deputy Dan to call Mrs. Crawley. And just say, we're a consumer advocacy show, we really help people, and this is ridiculous. I don't know what excuse they would have to continue this. And then afterwards, Bonnie, how does he offset? If he's paid too much, does he just subtract it? They're going to be looking at the amount. What does he do?
Right, you can't really do that. You're going to have to get a court order that allows you to do that.
You're going to have to go back to court. But, Michael, it's not going to be that much just to get you can do it by mail. I mean, I don't think it'll be contested. You're just asking for credit for the additional support maintenance you paid.
Michael, when did she send you the paperwork and tell you she was going to get it done?
This was last month. She sent me the paperwork. She called me, and then when I called my employer to verify, they told me that they just got off the phone with her, and she said nothing about the maintenance, and she actually put a second garnishment in for the child support. I was paying the child support by phone, and she put in a garnishment.
Okay, listen.
So I overpaid for January. I paid it by phone, and then next thing I know, she garnished it also.
You're going to... Listen, Michael, you don't want to hear this. You need to go back to court to get your money back. And it's not going to be that expensive. And I suggest that you call Bonnie Shields, okay? You hold on, though, because we need information from you. I want Deputy Dan to talk to these people just as person to person, saying, let's help this guy. Bonnie Shields is 303-798-1927. 303-798-1927.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic
The one trouble spot on the highway drive is on the Turnpike, eastbound 36 approaching McCaslin. There's a crash involving a jackknife semi and actually an ambulance as well. So 3 lanes of the highway are blocked. Traffic is getting by in the far left HOV lane. Backups all the way to Table Mesa at this time, so if you can, just avoid that stretch for now. The good news is...
$400 and some to start going. That doesn't go very far. And I suspect maybe he's either not making the payments to his attorney or his attorney's maybe a brand new one. Not very many people would take on something for $400. There's something else.
No, that does sound low. I thought 3,000.
Yeah, you're going to need his case number too, and she probably won't talk to you without a release from this guy.
The difference between a cold and the flu is the 2 prints of paper. Be prepared with a thermometer you can trust. Exogen Temple Scanner backed by more than 70 clinical studies. Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Chicane, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company's been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd? Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality. Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Have you been following the 2018 Colorado governor's race? Do you know where the candidates stand on the issues that matter most to you? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and KHAL and Ready Colorado, the conservative voice for education reform, are partnering on an exciting series of interviews with the leading Republican gubernatorial candidates that you do not want to miss. Tune in Tuesday, January 29th at 7 p.m. to hear from the sixth candidate in the series, Colorado State Attorney General Cynthia Kaufman. That's Monday, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tune in.
Hi, it's Bonus. Yes, it's after the holiday. And now what do? Looking for a few dollars to pay your bills? 630 KHOW has your shot at $1,000. Huge. Just listen to win $1,000 weekdays, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Listen for the hourly keyword at 5 after the hour, okay? It's great for the economy. I need my own IR channel.
All right, 303-713-8255. We do have a couple lines open, 303 Martino. Don't forget, by the way,
Takesha's been there for a long time.
live at Troubleshooter.com. That works on and off the air.
Yes, all the time, live at Troubleshooter.com. Also, 303 Martino works 24/7. Takesha, I am really sorry you waited. What's going on, Takesha?
What kind of fraud? Can you tell me what the fraud was?
It was a person who called in acted like they were the IRS, basically telling me that I had owed $16,000. You know, the price that went from $16,000 to $10,000 to $5,000. The guy had addressed himself as a Detective Brian. You know, so I thought it was legit. You know.
Oh, Takesha, we've had so many people approached with this, and we had a couple people fall for it. I hope you didn't send him money. How much did you send him?
What he did is he asked me to send him to purchase an iTunes gift card in the amount of $200 because that's all that I had on me, you know.
Takesha, didn't it sound weird that the IRS wanted an iTunes gift card?
You know, it did. I never been, like I said, I've never fell victim to anything like this before. I never was called on anything like this. The guy had scared me to death. You know, I'm a single mother of 3.
She must have cheated on her taxes, and she was terrified she'd get caught. Something happened. There's no doubt, right? It's not a big deal.
And by the way, Takesha, I don't care about that.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm saying, why were you afraid if you thought everything, if you did everything on the up and up?
Because he had told me, like, he had a warrant out for my arrest, that if he signed this warrant, he said within 10 minutes officers would be at my door.
No, I understand. And listen, I understand, Takesha, and I would be, if I didn't know better, I might be afraid. But what really gets me is when he said iTunes gift card, didn't that throw up a red flag?
He went through, what it was is that he went through a kind of a list of gift cards. Like he said that he needed to do some research to figure out what kind of gift cards or what kind of whatever the IRS would accept. Because I guess there's certain gift cards or certain places that the IRS works with that you purchase a gift card or whatever. Purchase this
by the
card.
way, you know none of that's true, right?
Yeah, now I know that
all right,
none of that's
so how
true.
much did you end up losing altogether?
Just $200.
Thank God.
$200.
Thank God.
I had followed all the procedures. You know, I had purchased a gift card. The guy was like, do this, do that. I even called the Apple iTunes gift card fraud line. And then, okay, let me tell you what happened there. So
yeah, what did happen there?
Last week. I was calling back and forth from November 8th all the way up until just last week. And what had happened is I finally had got through to somebody. I was like excited about that. I was like, okay, yes, I'm finally getting somewhere. I'm going to get my money back. I needed this money for Christmas, things like that. So I had finally got into touch with somebody. And the guy, he asked me to send in, he was like, okay, give me a credit card, debit card number, and we'll load your money back onto your card. And I was like, okay,
he said he would do that? What? Wait, Takesha, he said he would do that for you? Give your $200 back? The guy from Apple?
Yeah, he said, this is what I thought was the guy from Apple. I got the number offline.
Oh my God! Did you get cheated again?
It was a bulk. It was a bulk number.
No, Takesha, seriously, you didn't lose any more money, did you?
No, I didn't lose any more money.
She called a fake number.
It was a simple, just the $200. That was all that I was looking for. I wasn't looking for anything.
No, I understand.
You know,
but you weren't really talking. You weren't really talking to Apple.
No, these people address themselves, yes, now that I found out that they weren't really Apple, these people address themselves as, they're pretending like they were a big company out of Washington, D.C., and then they insulted my intelligence, like they called me all types of, like, vulgar names. The guy was so rude. So then I had called back. I had gave myself time to calm down, you know, after the initial conversation.
But hold on, Takesha. Then you called back? But Takesha, no, listen.
I called back, just wanting to,
by the way,
like,
you're not going to get money back for, there's no reason to discuss it. As long as you didn't fall victim again, that's great. That's great. As long as you didn't.
My $200 that was saved on the card, let me tell you. So let me finish telling you. So.
But why? What difference does it make?
I purchased the gift card, and I didn't even scratch the numbers off. So the guy who originally, the person who originally called me acted like the IRS. He didn't get any money. The phone had hung up. He hung up on me very
Wait, he didn't actually cash in that card?
No, I didn't give him anything. Like I said, my phone had hung up on him.
Okay, so you still have the iTunes card?
I had the iTunes card all the way purchased from November 8th all the way until last week. So when I called, like I said, when I called up there to talk to the iTunes people, when he told me to scratch the numbers off the back of the card.
He took the number from you. So he took it.
He took the money. Yes, he took the money off the card, and when I called up there, like I said, I gave myself a night to calm down from being on the phone.
This is why we need to go to every high school, I'm not kidding, and teach a class to seniors. I joke not at all here.
Okay, Takesha, listen, I'm not insulting your intelligence or anything. I just want to know, I want you to know, if you escaped the IRS thing, but the other guy, when you called Apple for help, he got your money. Oh,
yes, that's what originally happened. And, you know, Tom, I called a lot of places, you know, I followed all the procedures, and I was just doing what I was supposed to do. I was following the procedures.
No, Takesha, I understand you're an innocent victim. I understand that. But just because you were doing what the fraudsters told you to do doesn't mean that you did the right thing. You were...
No. I'm not talking about as far as that goes. I'm talking about as far as, like reporting the fraud. I made it.
But you didn't report it to the right place, Takesha. Just hold Takesha, and let's call her back tomorrow. I just need to find out where she sent that money ultimately. George, you got 10 seconds. What's your comment?
Hi, it's George. This poor woman, Takesha. I don't think going to high school is sufficient.
Okay, hold on. We're out of time.
Stupid.
We're out of time.
Hey, does it seem like your life really isn't your own? Tired of sacrificing your...
Calls up a fake number
and gives her number over, scratches the number,
and they take her number.
I did everything.
My God, Mark!
Scammers.
You can't fix stupid.
It is so sad.
My God,
Mark, it's sad.
It's stupid.